Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC7 is being brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. By Mattress Firm, where we want you to sleep happy guaranteed. Remember, if it's over 8, it's time to replace. By Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. And by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
All right, so there you have it. All the players have their precious keepsakes now. They'll tuck those away, and guess what? It's actually time to play baseball. Cubs and Dodgers. JD will size up this matchup in just a minute. Stay with us.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC7 is being brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. By Ford, America's best-selling brand, inviting you to go further in our fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out our entire lineup at your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. And by Lakeside Bank, we make banking simple. Lakeside Bank, it's about time.
This has been Chicago's World Series Champs Ring Ceremony, brought to you by State Farm, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
So I'm never gonna let you go. I'll hold you forever. Oh, baby, I'm gonna let you know we belong together. We belong together.
Your home, your auto. Together, they're where life happens. That's why State Farm protects them together to help life go right. Combine and save. Talk to a State Farm agent today.
Wherever you want to go, chances are a Honda can take you there. Whether that's a camping trip,
There's room in the HRV.
thanks, or a weekend of home improvement,
In the Ridgeline.
or a weekend away.
In the Pilot. And only Honda can bring you the Honda Dream Garage sales event. Going on now. Visit your local Honda dealer today.
Internet speed's 20 times faster. AT&T Fiber sounds amazing.
Wait a sec, I'm not done yet.
Less than 12% of AT&T homes actually qualify.
Hold on.
Everyone else gets our other slower internet speeds, but no one reads this stuff anyway, except for the old guy with the binoculars.
Don't be fooled by AT&T. Xfinity delivers the fastest speeds to the most homes. Sign up today or get started with this great offer. Call, click, or visit an Xfinity store today.
From the moment you see it, it commands your respect. You can feel its immense power. The only way to master it is to venture inside. Go ahead, dive in. The GMC Sierra. We are professional grade. Step up to GMC with 16% below MSRP on select 2017 Sierra 1500 Crew Cab vehicles in stock. That's over $9,000 on this Sierra.
For the largest in-stock selection of tile, wood, and stone, come to Floor & Decor.
The selection here is just monstrous.
There's just so much variety.
Right now, we're featuring our wood-based, water-resistant laminate, AquaGuard, that looks and feels like wood, but can be installed anywhere. Use it in kitchens, baths, or basements. It's fast and easy to install. See our huge selection of options exclusively at Floor & Decor.
Wow, I cannot believe this selection.
Floor & Decor, 6 Chicagoland area locations.
The Jeep brand presents Great Moments in the Great Outdoors. April 27th, the Wright family learned to live off the land.
Oh.
June 18th, Dave unleashed his inner hamster. August 9th, Brian Jr. looked away from his phone for 3 whole minutes. Find your moment with great deals at the Jeep Spring Clearance event.
Get $4,000 combined cash allowance plus $500 bonus cash on the 2017 Jeep Cherokee.
Now, more than ever, the news you count on has to be the news you can trust. So where has Chicago always turned?
tuning into you guys, I mean, you just know that's the real deal.
I know it's going to be accurate.
It's just so important to me to have Channel 7 to make sure that what I'm reading isn't fake.
ABC 7 Eyewitness News, giving you the most accurate information you've always counted on.
It's like the #1 news station that everybody turns to.
ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Babe, will you please go to sleep?
A couple more minutes, hon. Just checking the weather on my ABC 7 Chicago News app.
You just watch the news.
Yeah, but this has more. Ooh, you hear that? That's a breaking news alert. And there's a bunch of videos on here that are trending. Trending. Okay.
Download the ABC 7 Chicago News app today.
Babe, don't you want to see what's trending now?
Wayne Mesmer as he honors America with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Right now from ABC 7 Chicago. This is the World Series champion Chicago Cubs on ABC 7.
All right, at last it is time for Cubs baseball here on ABC 7. Thanks so much for watching our great ring ceremony pregame show. Well, what do you say we kick it up to the booth right now, where JD's been warming the seats up there, and he's got our keys to tonight's game. JD.
Hey, Mark, thank you very much. Let's start first with our perfect pitch. We'll take a look back to last year. Blue Moon perfect pitch. Brewed with Valencia orange peel for a taste that shines brighter. Mike Montgomery threw 2 pitches in Game 7 of the World Series. You probably don't remember his first one. You'll never forget his second. That ended the 108-year drought. Now moving forward, let's look to tonight's starting pitchers, brought to you by Goodwill. For whatever style you want today, amazing. A couple of veterans. Brandon McCarthy will go for the Dodgers. He's in year 3 of a 4-year deal. He's only made 14 starts since joining the Dodgers. He's had all kinds of injury problems throughout his career. John Lackey, very solid in his first start this year against the Cardinals. In his career against the Dodgers, he's been outstanding. That 1.75 ERA, 5th best all time. Obviously, the names have changed, but against that Dodger blue, he's been awfully good. And now let's roll into our Mercedes-Benz keys to the game. We'll focus again on John Lackey and his great success against this Dodger club. Cold night, wind blowing in. Typically, not always, but typically on a night like tonight, you got to find a way to scratch out some runs. Close but no. Seager, that refers to Corey Seager, and we like to use lame puns. Corey Seager has been very aggressive, attacking the first pitch more than 50% of the time. That's important because John Lackey throws strike one about 70% of the time. So that's going to be an interesting matchup to keep an eye on here tonight.
All right, JD, thank you so much. Hey, put a hat on there, buddy. You're going to need it tonight. John Lackey's got his haircut and his ring and everything else. We're all set to go, so everybody taking their seats now. So that's just going to about do it for Jim Rose and our entire ABC7 crew here at Wrigley. Thanks so much for watching the ring ceremony pregame show. Cubs and Dodgers coming up next with Len and JD on the call. We'll be right back at you after the final out, so keep it here. Enjoy the game, everybody.
Valencia orange peel for a taste that shines brighter.
Oh, Fix Auto, the first words that should come to mind after an accident.
Can you feel something without touching it? See something with your eyes closed? When everything is designed around you, the driver, you can. The new Mazda 3.
Now get the 2017 Mazda 3 for 0% APR for 60 months plus $500 APR bonus cash.
Who gives you the best in-home Wi-Fi experience? Let's find out. Welcome home. Who's your internet service provider?
I have AT&T.
Does the Wi-Fi keep up throughout the house?
Not very well.
Not very well. Did you know that Xfinity has the best in-home Wi-Fi experience?
She's been telling me that.
Let's pretend this is your house. How's the quality up there?
I give it a 10.
Let's add 5 devices to the mix. How's yours doing?
Yeah, I'm loving this.
We gotta get with Xfinity.
Learn more about the best in-home Wi-Fi experience or get started for $19.99 a month for 12 months. Click, call, or visit an Xfinity store today.
Shine like a star. You know who you are. Everything beautiful.
Blue Moon is brewed with Valencia orange peel for a taste that shines brighter.
A little seepage in your basement is no need to panic. Count on the experts at US Waterproofing to diagnose and repair the problem.
For a free consultation, visit uswaterproofing.com. A better basement starts with us.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC7 is being brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Hyundai. Visit your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers today and see how better drives us. And by the Bob LaCourcio Auto Group. You're going to like buying a car this way. Tonight's HD broadcast is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. We'll get you the Dodger lineup here momentarily as John Lackey is ready to work. Cubs with those gold-plated numerals and nameplates on the back. And for these first couple of home games, and we are underway. Ball one.
Goodness, Greg Gibson's 0 for 1 tonight. And John Lackey's already a little chapped.
This is Andrew Tolles, the left fielder, leading it off.
Oh, Greg Gibson's a home plate umpire, by the way.
2-0.
And you can see by our strike zone there that the first pitch was indeed good enough.
That one driven deep to right and out. A home run to lead off the ball game for Tolles. And John Lackey is really having an issue with Greg Gibson 3 pitches into the ball game. Wow.
Yeah, well, clearly Greg missed the first one. That happens. And then obviously with the home run, really got John's attention. So he and Gibson had a few words. Gibson, to his credit, did not escalate the argument. That pitch is down well below the knees and appeared to be off the inside corner. Tolles lifting it into the seats. And the Dodgers, just like that, have the jump on John Lackey.
Corey Seager takes a strike. the unanimous Rookie of the Year last year. And JD talked about him in the open. Swinging a bouncer foul. And it's 0-2. Lackey's 2-strike offering is in the dirt. Weather at first pitch brought to you by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons. So right now we've got an east wind, 45 degrees. And it feels colder than that down on the field. That one hit well out into left center. And it's going to bounce off the window to the new Cubs bullpen. We'll talk more about that later. So let's check out the rest of the Dodger lineup, brought to you by Fix Auto. In their wins, they have 4 of them, 37 runs. In their 4 losses, they've scored just 5. Forsythe coming up. Adrian Gonzalez, good career numbers against Lackey. Grandal led all catchers and homers last year. Peterson in center, the veteran Utley at second. Yasiel Puig off to a good start. And Brandon McCarthy pitching.
Cubs defensively brought to you by Plumbers 911. Emergency plumbing services is one click away at plumbers911.com. Schwarber, Jay Hayward in the outfield. Bryant, Russell, Zobrist, Rizzo third to first. Contreras the catcher. Big John Lackey out there on the mound trying to settle in. Been ambushed here. Home run double. 2 batters in.
Well, Kyle Hendricks had a rocky first inning in Milwaukee the other night and was able to settle in eventually. And got a lot of run support. 1-1 on Logan Forsythe, acquired from Tampa Bay over the winter. And filling in at third tonight for the injured Justin Turner, who has a sore quad, suffered Monday night. He hopes to be back in their lineup tomorrow and is available to pinch hit tonight.
Forsythe, a good solid player, first came to the big leagues with the Padres, is known as a spray hitter, line drive hitter. But he's developed power. He had 20 home runs for the Rays last season.
Homer double to lead it off. And now a 2-1 swing and a miss, 2-2.
Yeah, the one thing we've seen from John Lackey is even when he's getting hit around a little bit, he doesn't really change his approach. He continues to attack. Seager getting a pretty aggressive lead out there at second base has gotten his attention. Zobrist sneaking in behind him, just trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Late swing, and we'll do it again. It was a pretty stirring ceremony. Great energy here in the ballpark tonight.
Hey, good job too, partner. Well done.
Thank you. The key in those moments is just to read the copy correctly and keep the line moving. And man, it was great. I thought that the touch of the fans presenting the rings to the players was really well done. And I didn't recognize a ton of names on that list, but when I was on the field, oh hey, I know you. These are fans we see on almost a daily basis. They are, well, everyone considers themselves a die-hard Cub fan, but they picked a wonderful group. Here's the 3-2 from Lackey, and it's outside, ball 4. And that'll bring up a guy who's been an RBI machine the last decade or so, Adrian Gonzalez.
Trying to split that outside corner. Didn't want to make a mistake over the middle, and it's just off the edge. We're looking to get a ground ball here from Gonzalez, who does not run well. See if we can get 2 and clean this thing up.
Good start, strike one. 0 for 3 on Monday, reached on a catcher's interference. Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred will join us in the second. Cubs President of Business Operations Crane Kenny will stop by, and David Ross a little later, who will sing the stretch.
Wow, it's kind of like a talk show.
It is.
Like Merv Griffin up here tonight.
Tonight, Commissioner Rob Manfred. Yes. 1-1 on Gonzalez.
We need to get a couch.
That's in the new booth in a couple of years. Dave Roberts. His team 4-4. They certainly felt like they should have won that game Monday night. It ended after midnight. Cold, rainy. Those are the nights. If you win, you forget all the conditions. If you lose, it ends up being a pretty miserable experience. Swing and a miss. There's out number one.
Yeah, if you're the road team and you lose on a cold night, like go back to the hotel, put your toes in a hot bathtub, and contemplate what could have been. Gonzalez got a little greedy there with a man in scoring position and expanded his zone.
Well, the dangerous Yasmani Grandal. He hit 27 home runs last year, leading all catchers. Switch hitter, 2 hits, a walk, and a line out Monday night. And this is how the game ended. Anthony Rizzo took a 2-strike approach from the start of that at bat against Kenley Jansen and knocked in John Jay. Long pause by Lackey before the pitch. Popped up, and the wind will push this one well out of play. The one ad lib I had was I was going to call Anthony the main ingredient, but I didn't want to have to explain it when he got his ring tonight. So I used bedrock, the foundation, the heart and soul. Cornerstone.
The big toe.
Yep. And he came up with the game-ending hit Monday night.
Well, Lackey and Contreras having a hard time getting together, so they're going to talk it over. Yeah, Grandal, you mentioned the home runs, 27 of them last year. He strikes out a fair bit. He also takes a lot of walks. Not a high average hitter, batted .228 last season. So you feel like, when you get the jump on him, you can probably get him to expand. The Dodgers, kind of a weird team offensively last year. The worst in baseball in terms of batting average against left-handed pitching. Among the best against righties. We had a bunch of left-handed bats in there this evening. Grandal, switch hitter, average about the same, but better power numbers from this side.
Pitch number 22 of the first inning for Lackey. And he's got back-to-back Ks. Well, if he could get out of this with only the 1 run allowed, that would certainly be a moral victory. 2 gone. Not out of the woods yet. And it's Jock Peterson.
John got touched for 3 runs in the first inning in his first start of the year in St. Louis. Should have been none. He had a double play ball. There was an error by Ben Zobrist, and the Cardinals ended up putting a 3 spot on the board. He settled in, went 6 effective innings, picked up the W, struck out 7.
Cubs are 5-2. Dodgers 4-4.
Peterson's profile very similar to Grandal. He doesn't hit for average, but dangerous. 25 home runs last year. He also will take his walks, and he strikes out a bunch. Two very similar hitters back to back here for Lackey.
Cubs are trailing the Reds by a half a game in the division. Cincinnati off to a 6-2 start. And a 4-0 lead in the 5th at Pittsburgh tonight. It's early, but you always have a couple of teams in each league that get off to starts that nobody really anticipated. The Angels and the Twins might be those teams over in the American League. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Good tilt on that slide ball. Yep, that's a go-to spot for him, down and into the left-handed hitters. Used that pitch a lot more last year than he did the previous season when he was a Cardinal. Saw a spike in his strikeout rate, I think primarily because of that.
Two down. Tolles with a leadoff home run. And a 2-2 count on Peterson. The pitch. Now it'll be action time for both Seager and Forsythe.
They got Gonzalez to chase a pitch out of the zone. Grandal chased a high fastball. We'll see where he goes with Peterson. Again, a guy who works a lot of walks, but hitters tend to be less patient in situations like this. That is, 2 outs and a couple men on base. He's looking to do some damage.
Clear skies above. So it's cold, but it's dry. And it looks like most everybody came prepared. The tricky part Monday was it was a beautiful warm day in the afternoon, and then the bottom kind of fell out of the temperature. Bases loaded. And Lackey will have to deal with Chase Utley. Now, a couple of years ago, it looked like Utley's career might be right at its end. It has been a big contributor with the Dodgers. Came back on a $2 million deal, plus incentives.
Yeah,
he takes a strike.
You know, I think he got refreshed moving to the Dodgers. You know, he had that great run in Philadelphia, was part of the, those championship teams there. And as that team started to dismantle and get older and start to lose a lot, mentally that's tough for a veteran player. I think he really was energized leaving Philadelphia.
Utley began his big league career in 2003, 38 years old. Dodgers actually drafted him high, second round out of high school, but he decided to go to UCLA instead, and then became a first rounder. 0-2. Utley asks for time. The two-strike pitch. He struck him out. All the outs were strikeouts, but that was a grind for John to get through it. 1-0 Dodgers. Cubs coming up.
When did paying for airfare become so unfair? At Southwest, we do things differently. So differently, we invented a word for it: transparency. Transparency means we don't dream up ways we can trick you into paying more. It means respect. Because we don't just fly you, we like you.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Stop. Watch.
You make it for 16-year-olds.
Whoa.
And the parents who worry about them. Going further to help make drivers better drivers.
You saw him right. Don't freak out on me.
That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Now get 0% financing for 60 months on Fusion, or get up to $6,069 in total savings. Only at your local Ford store.
What makes us human is our ability to love. We become beautiful people when we give whatever we can give. A part of our life, all of our life.
When you look at the Mercedes-Benz GLC, with its high-tech cameras and radar, contemporary cockpit, driver assist technologies, and sporty performance, what's most impressive about the GLC? All depends on your point of view. The 2017 GLC 4MATIC starting at $41,150. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Now the Southwest Airlines Cubs starting lineup. They try to win their fourth in a row. Schwarber, Bryant, and Rizzo. That has been very formidable to start ball games so far. Zobrist, Russell, Hayward in the middle. Contreras, pitcher 8th again tonight after Lester batted 9th on Monday. John Jay scored the game-winning run in the opener of this series. And here is Brandon McCarthy, who made his major league debut in this ballpark in 2005 with the White Sox. Foul strike on Schwarber. I guess, JD, when you start with Brandon McCarthy, you always have to say it, if he can stay healthy.
12 times on the disabled list in his career. He's made one start so far this year, and it was a good one. Beat the Padres. Last year, 2-3 in 9 starts as he worked his way back from Tommy John surgery. See the good movement there in that two-seam fastball. That's his MO. Pitch to contact guy. Good life on a two-seamer. Likes to sink it. He's always had a good curveball. He'll also cut his fastball.
6'7", 235. That was the curve. It's 3-1. Schwarber walked 3 times Monday night in a favorable count here. And now full. Told me after the game Monday he got reacquainted with the bleacherites out in left. First time he had played left here at Wrigley in a couple of seasons. And he strikes out.
Let's check in with the Dodgers defensively. Tolles is in left, Peterson center, Puig in right. Forsythe plays third tonight. He's been a second baseman primarily in his big league career, but he's played a little bit over there at third. Seager and Utley up the middle. Gonzalez very good with the glove at first. Grandal solid behind the plate. He's catching the veteran Brandon McCarthy. But you already knew that.
Chris Bryant takes a strike. He spent his off day hitting balls into the Chicago River. And heating up. He started the season 0 for 14, but he's now 8 for his last 16. This is a rematch of last year's NLCS. That's a strike, 1-2. A series that ended here in Game 6. Cubs won their first pennant since 1945 as Kyle Hendricks outdueled Clayton Kershaw. Two and two. Utley shaded toward the middle. Gonzalez way off the line at first. Here's the pitch. And fouled upstairs.
Just trying to shoot that ball the other way. They're actually playing him a little bit to the outfield in the outfield, so he's got a lot more room in left center than he does in right center.
Say cheese.
Say bear. Take.
Paul Nauert made the call at first. We know Greg Gibson's back at the plate. Dan Iassogna at second. Sam Holbrook, the crew chief, at third. If you prefer it in graphic form, there it is.
I think didn't Sam have the plate for Game 7 of the World Series?
That sounds right.
Good take again.
So the Cubs have a base runner, and here's Anthony Rizzo.
Makes Bryant and so many of these Cub hitters so tough that, you know, McCarthy made his pitch those last two pitches. He's going to get a lot of chases on the previous curveball. Likewise with that last fastball. But these guys, for the most part, very disciplined. Going to force him into the zone.
Sixth career game-ending hit for Rizzo on Monday. That came after he helped raise the 2016 World Series championship banner and carried the World Series trophy across the field to a rousing ovation. That is a good night for a big leaguer.
In 1909, the year after the Cubs won the World Series, back-to-back World Series winners were they in 07 and 08. The Dodgers were in town for that too. And they both teams paraded around the outfield.
The then Brooklyn Dodgers. Bounced to Utley, and they turn it. That'll go 4-6-3. So even in the shift, they're able to turn the double play. 1-0 Dodgers after an inning. We'll talk with the commissioner of baseball next.
Make way, Chicago. The new Disney blockbuster is now on stage. Aladdin, the hit Broadway musical. One lamp. 3 wishes. Infinite possibilities. USA Today calls it pure genius. It delivers a rush that will surprise you. Now playing at the Cadillac Palace Theater through September 10th only. Tickets at BroadwayInChicago.com.
McDonald's. What'd you get?
An Egg McMuffin?
I thought you never ate breakfast.
Yeah, that wasn't really working out for me. Ready for the big 9 o'clock? Okay. Hi, hello. Sorry about the wait. I just wanted to make sure the presentation's perfect. It took a week to get it off.
Make tomorrow morning a Mickey D's morning and pick up a McDonald's Egg McMuffin made with real butter, a fresh cracked egg, and Canadian bacon.
Why put another crossover on a road already filled with them? Why give it headlights like jewels, a body that feels sculpted? Why give it an interior where even the dash is cut and sewn by hand? It's simple. You can build a car or you can build a Cadillac.
Join us for Spring's Best. Get this low-mileage lease on this Cadillac XT5 from around $419 per month, or purchase with 0% financing.
Max, I really love the perspective that RE/MAX gives us in searching for a home.
With technology from RE/MAX Northern Illinois, you can see the nearest listings using GPS search, and it works on any device. You can search by commute time, school boundaries, or even the best restaurants. Let's look at MaxView, where in real time, you can see every local listing around you.
Nice landing.
And the perfect location every time. Use technology you can trust. And download the app today at IllinoisProperty.com.
Well, we have the man who handed out the rings tonight, the commissioner of Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred. That was a lot of fun for us, and I know you got a big kick out of it too.
Well, it's my second time at a ring ceremony as commissioner, and it is one of the great baseball traditions. You know, you see the players' faces, how excited they are to get that remembrance of a great World Series victory. It's just fun to be a spectator.
As you look around this ballpark, all the renovations, what the Cubs have done on the field, the Ricketts ownership has done everything right. And it starts at the top, right? I mean, ultimately, every healthy, successful big league organization, it starts at the top.
Absolutely. Tom has done an absolutely great job. I had a tour of the latest phase of the renovations before the ring ceremony. What they've accomplished to preserve this great facility is amazing.
That's Yasiel Puig, and an aggressive turnaround first, but a nice play by Jason Hayward to keep him to a single.
Puig always very aggressive, borderline reckless at times on the bases, and you got to be careful if you're going to challenge Jason Hayward. Puig just lights it up here at Wrigley Field. He's got great numbers here.
So leadoff man on again. Toles hit the home run to start the game. McCarthy bunts foul. You hear this in various forms in different sports with various franchises, but what does it mean that the Cubs are good? I would think it's really good for the game itself when one of your heritage National League franchises is doing what the Cubs have done.
Well, it's a huge deal for baseball. You know, we think of the Cubs' victory last year as sort of what baseball can be. When everything goes right, we have one of our iconic franchises play a 7-game World Series against another historic franchise. Really, it's perfect for the game, and it shows how great the game can be. We had audiences in the World Series just unparalleled.
Rizzo, who tried to barehand it and almost got it. Good effort.
Rizzo so aggressive defending the bunt. Heck of a try. Yeah, the numbers off the charts, right? If so many people tuned into the World Series last year, and then the reaction from the fans.
You know, it's like the perfect storm, though. You know, 108 years, they finally win, iconic franchise, and a really appealing group of players. You know, you think about all that Anthony Rizzo, Chris Bryant, just as an example of two of them have done with us during the offseason to try to promote the game, the commercials they've made. People just naturally attracted to them. You know, I saw a lot of the WBC. Javi Baez was a real star. I mean, it was, you know, just a great star during the WBC and helped make the tournament what it was with that great Puerto Rican team. So, you know, they really do have it going here. And, you know, when you talk about leadership here, you have to talk about Theo as well. You know, he really turned the franchise around in terms of talent acquisition and deserves all the credit in the world for it.
Not too many places will the president or the general manager get the loudest ovation. They usually reserve it for a player or two, but it was Theo tonight.
Well, you know, you think about it, he's such a young man still. You know, his career accomplishments are pretty darn impressive. He could probably stop right now and mark it as a great career, but I'm sure he's going to keep going and will continue to add to that great resume that he's built.
So this family has crossed so many things off its list already, but with the renovations here, I think the next question is, when will the All-Star game return to Wrigley Field? It's been a while.
Well, let me start by not burying the headline. We'd love to have an All-Star game here in Chicago. The fact of the matter is, it is a very competitive bidding process. The Cubs, the Ricketts family has done everything we could possibly ask them to do, a multi-$100-million investment in renovating what is truly a historic landmark. But to get to the top of the pile on the All-Star game, it needs to be not only the team and the owner, the city's got to be engaged. I had a little conversation with the mayor down on the field that was a follow-up to a conversation we had during the World Series. And I emphasized to him the need for the city and local government to be involved, and he said they're ready to dance. So hopefully it won't be too long.
Tolles is 2 for 2. So he's had a good night already. All right, JD, I know you and I have all kinds of ideas for the commissioner. So
yeah, we've always played that game.
What do you want to do?
I love the pace of game stuff. I love that you're being proactive and sometimes in the face of some controversy, you're getting some pushback on it. But I love the idea of just try to create more action in the game. What kind of feedback are you getting from the players? I know you've been meeting with players.
Well, you know, the players, it is going to be a process of convincing them that they should change some of their habits. You know better than I, players are creatures of habits, and some of the things we're talking about do involve change. I like to think about it as, you know, broader than just pace a game. I like to think about it as, you know, we want the product to be as entertaining as it can possibly be on the field, to give our fans action, to keep our fans engaged during the game. And we do think that there are changes that can be made that will make the game better while always preserving the history and tradition of the sport.
I think the analogy, in a weird way, stick with me here, the game is like Wrigley Field and Fenway Park, right? That you don't want to take the guts and the glory out of the game. You're just modernizing it, little tweaks here and there. Is that a fair assessment?
You know, I may steal that analogy. It's actually it's actually a really good one, and I do think it's a great way to say it. You know, the other way to look at the issue is this: you think about how the game was played 20 years ago. And you think about how it's played today, the game has changed organically. So it's not like we're trying to take this static building and, you know, something like Wrigley Field and change it. The fact of the matter is the game's changed by itself. It's really managing the change that's already occurred. And, you know, some of the things that have happened that, you know, may help a team win a few more games may not be good for the sport over the long haul, and we need to think about managing that change a little bit.
We've looked at YouTube videos of Hal McRae running over Willie Randolph, and that was in the 70s. We don't see those collisions anymore. I don't hear anybody arguing about the collision rule at the plate. It's worked.
Well, it has worked, and you know, you have to keep your head down and go through that initial pushback. If you think about the collision rule when it first started, you know, everybody, oh my God, we're going to change the outcome of the game, and it's important that you be able to run a catcher over. Let me do what you want to do there.
Yeah.
But, you know, you get through that period of adjustment and people realize, gee, you know, they changed this rule. Our great players aren't getting hurt as frequently. And you know what? The game's still great. They didn't get to the core of it. And that's the sweet spot we have to keep looking for.
The one that I kind of get a kick out of, you get a lot of pushback, and from players and others will say, well, our game doesn't need change. We don't need rule. This is a game that adopted the designated hitter. I mean, how drastic was that rule change? And I don't think people even think about that anymore.
Right, and I think that's a great example. I think the other place to look is other sports. You know, it's absolutely clear that other professional sports have changed their rules in ways that have dramatically altered their game and produced more action in their game. And that's not an accident. And as great as our game is, and believe me, nobody loves this game more than I do. I really, truly love the game and could leave it alone. I just think it's important, if we're going to grow the game for the next generation, to think about how the game's evolving on its own and whether we need to manage that change a little bit.
Well, you don't need me to defend you, but I also think you bring up a lot of ideas that may never get implemented, but the idea is to start the conversation, right?
Look, I do believe that when you get a conversation going, you end up with good outcomes. And one of the things that I've been most encouraged about with the players is that Tony Clark's saying to me, you know what, we may not like everything you're suggesting, but we're coming with our own ideas. And you know what, that's a great thing. They play the game, they know a lot about it, and I'm sure they got ideas about how to change it in ways that could be very effective, and I welcome that dialogue.
2-1, Lackey. As Forsythe fouls away, nearing 50 pitches here in the first 2 innings.
Yeah, and I think the other part of it, too, from a player's point of view, sometimes they're the last people to ask. And I mean, I know you got to deal with Tony and the Players Association. I think back to my playing days. When you're an active major league player, I mean, you're living a pretty good life. And if somebody comes along and says, we need to change this, you're going to push back. You're going to say, well, how's it going to affect me? I'm happy with what I'm doing. The game works for me. So it's really, you know, it's almost like future generations should have more
input on what's going to happen.
But I know you got to respect.
I think you make a great point. You know, people do, you know, they're in the moment. They get dug in with respect to what they're doing. But I think there are certain places that we all ought to be able to agree that we can make some change without altering or harming any player. Dead time's the best example of it. You know, I think those spots in the game where nothing's happening. I mean, the intentional walk rule. You know, a lot of people, believe me, I have voicemails in the office. You would have thought that, you know, I had committed some sacrilege. The fact that
added it out to an inning or something.
That's right. The last 1,000 intentional walks. You know how many times something happened other than the intentional walk? One time out of 1,000, you know? I mean, it just, we're not changing the game. We're just moving it along a little bit.
3-2, runners go with 2 outs, popped up. Looks like Rizzo will be the man. Commissioner Rob Manfred. Enjoyed this conversation very much, and again, great to have you as a part of the ring ceremony tonight.
It was great to be here. Always a pleasure to be in Chicago.
Thanks so much.
Great to see you, sir.
A tire commercial. Right now at NTB. Buy 2 tires, get 2 free when you purchase our value installation package. Plus, use your store credit card and receive a $50 mail-in rebate on any pre-tax purchase of $500 or more. Only at NTB. That's all you need.
Command the road in a new 2017 Toyota Camry. Thanks to a NHTSA 5-star overall safety rating and legendary reliability, peace of mind comes standard. And at such a great value, there's no wonder why Camry's been America's best-selling sedan for 15 years in a row. Tested, trusted Toyota. Lease a new Camry for $199 a month or get 0% APR for 72 months plus $1,000 bonus cash. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Don't find a car that might fit you. Find the right fit for you. At Elgin Toyota, choose from our huge inventory of pre-owned vehicles. Our staff will help you find exactly what you're looking for. That's why we've received Toyota's President's Award 20 years and running. With over 300 vehicles to choose from, finding your right fit is easy. At Elgin Toyota, your pre-owned superstore. Visit ElginToyota.com today.
You're going to like buying a car this way.
Instant Care has a network of the best doctors and lawyers specializing in motor vehicle accidents, workers' comp claims, and general injuries. Instant Care, the legal and medical help you need, the settlement you deserve. Call 847-777-7777 for your free consultation.
I am selling tons of Sinizos and common myrtles. It's because of the Buxy shortage. And with last summer's Fusarium blight outbreak, I had to load up on Pope Potensis.
No one knows your business better than you.
Man, demand for my outcropping, it's crazy. Solid stuff.
And although you know what every part of your business means, we understand you want to be ready for what's next.
So, you need help with inventory?
Yes, exactly.
Here's where I think we start.
MB Financial Bank. MB means business.
This Friday, that would be the 14th of April, the Cubs take on the Pirates. First pitch 120, and up to the first 30,000 early arriving fans will receive a Cubs magnet schedule presented by Wendella. For ticket information, visit Cubs.com.
Ben Zobrist leading off, takes a curve over for a strike from Brandon McCarthy. You've used the time of possession analogy. We've only played an inning and a half, but the Dodgers have dominated in that regard, but they only lead 1-0.
Yeah, John Lackey's had to work awfully hard through a couple of innings. But it's the kind of night where you're going to be able to sustain your energy. It's cool like this.
Talking to some of the players before batting practice today about Monday night tonight. You know, walking into the park Monday felt like walking into Wrigley Field last October or the previous October. Not that you ever get used to the spotlight and all that stuff. I mean, it never gets old as Zobrist singles into center. But I think it's fair to say that this group is not overwhelmed by it. They welcome it, and it's just part of being a Cub now.
Yeah, I think that, you know, there's a certain energy now around this team and in the ballpark. We even saw a little in spring training. There was a little extra intensity, maybe not from the players, but from the fans and the people around the ball club. And I don't know that it's going to let up anytime soon.
I don't think it will. Here's Addison Russell. And he takes a strike. Day game tomorrow. Pirates come in on Friday for the weekend. The Brewers early next week. Lefties tomorrow afternoon. Hyunjin Ryu for the Dodgers, and a former Dodger, Brett Anderson, will make his Cubs home debut. 120. And let's check out the forward upcoming schedule for the Cubs. Pirates and Cubs, that's always a fun rivalry. First two there on the graphic of 19 meetings starting Friday. Double play ball. So McCarthy has dialed up a couple of double plays. Got a 4-6-3 to end the first. Now 2 outs here in the second. McCarthy's a very thoughtful guy. He's a great Twitter follow. He has embraced analytics, not afraid to kind of dig into what he needs to do to get people out. We mentioned earlier all the injuries he's had. He's had a lot of shoulder problems in particular. Tommy John surgery 2 years ago after just a handful of starts following him signing a 4-year contract with the Dodgers.
Yeah, it was a bit of a risky sign on the part of the Dodgers given his health history. 4 years, $48 million plus an option. This is year 3 of that deal.
I was also reading today that, and I didn't see the tweets, but apparently last year McCarthy tweeted while watching John Lester pitch. He admitted that he has experienced the yips. Just not being comfortable throwing. The line was, it was like trying to touch a hot stove and your brain instinctively stops your hand from doing so.
I call that putting.
1-0 after 2.
Spring is finally here. Time to find the perfect Honda to take your family out on the open road. Whether that's in the Accord or the Odyssey with an available built-in Honda vac. So hurry in to the Honda Dream Garage sales event.
Test drive the Odyssey or the Accord, the best-selling vehicles in their class.
This spring, pick your power. Steel fuel-powered equipment is the #1 selling brand in America, and the Steel Lightning battery system delivers the power to do more on a single charge. Right now, you can pick fuel or battery at a great price, with trimmers starting at just $129.95. Or Choose one of our popular, easy-to-use blowers, starting at just $139.95. Pick your power, then pick up a Stihl. Visit StihlDealers.com.
It's the final days of Mattress Firm's once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get once-in-a-lifetime savings of up to 70% off Tempur-Pedic and Sealy. Plus, save up to $2,000 off floor models. We're liquidating every Tempur-Pedic and Sealy in stock to make room for the next generation of innovative sleep products. Don't miss this final chance to save up to 70% off Tempur-Pedic and Sealy before this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity is gone forever. Only at Mattress Firm.
It's easy to see why Nissan is America's fastest growing auto brand. Introducing the new Midnight Edition with aggressive blacked-out alloy wheels, spoilers, outside mirrors, and more. Take on the mainstream in Nissan's Midnight Edition. 6 models, 4 colors, only at your local Nissan dealer. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 11 models, or save up to $10,000 on select models.
For all your latest Cubs news, please visit the ABC7 Cubs blog at abc7chicago.com/Cubs, presented by Nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich. Go to jeffvukovich.com or follow him on social media. Nationwide is on your side.
Look at that. Crane Kenny, Cubs president of business operations, has stopped by the booth. Great job. The ring ceremony was just tremendous. And your smile says it all. There are a lot of those on the field and in the ballpark.
Yeah, it's been a ride the last couple of days with the pennant on Monday and then the rings. And I come bearing gifts.
Oh,
Len,
my goodness.
And the first one's yours.
Oh, look at that.
We're so proud to have you part of the family.
Oh, hang on, I'm going to put this down.
Yeah. You know, we talk about how this gets done, and you know, we think about the nuclear winters where maybe the club that we were all watching wasn't the most compelling, and you guys bridged the gap for us, and so congratulations and
my
thank
goodness. My hand is trembling. That is beautiful. Look at that.
JD actually is large enough that this might not look silly on your hand. Let's see what it looks like.
Oh my word, that is, it's like the Easter Bunny came early.
Wow. Thank you so much. Now, JD, you know how you have to wear it. You got to wear it with the Cubs logo out.
Yeah.
So when people want to see it, you just do that. That's awesome, isn't it?
And then when you turn this around, the "We Never Quit" reads right.
Okay, "We Never Quit" on the underside. Oh, just gorgeous.
Incredible.
Got the Wrigley Field marquee, 2016. Cubs win under the marquee. I want to know, Crane, what your idea was that ended up on the ring, because I know you and Tom Ricketts and Theo and some of the players talked about what they would like to see. What was important for you to be on this ring?
Well, so the first design was really from the players. We had actually over 200 different models built as to how this ring would look. Players drove the 108 stones. They really liked that. They drove the W flag. They drove the marquee. And then I added the commissioner's trophy. It didn't quite fit in the first few rounds. And then we squeezed it in kind of as a silhouette around the marquee. The players really wanted the goat, which was pretty cool. And then we had to design a goat because we don't have an official goat. But we did a bunch of designs around that, and it was really great collaboration. There's the goat there.
Look at that.
And Theo had a lot to do with it. Theo had strong opinions about what the goat looked like. And it was really a fun. I tell you what, if there's ever something that you've thought about for, in my case, in this organization, 20-some years, and then you finally get to do it, ton of fun.
Well, it just symbolizes so much. And wow, again, I'm trembling. This is the first time I've seen it. I didn't see it on the field because I was buried in the script making sure I got everything right. But did you have people who wanted to see it before today? Because I kind of wanted to have that moment that we just had.
Actually, most people were afraid of it in the building. We had them locked up in my office, and I think I still have. At one point, I had 19 rings in my office as we were kind of looking at various ways of getting this done. And people would come in and they'd see all the boxes and they go, what are those? I'd say, those are the rings. And they would almost all just run away and go, I don't want to see it. So I think everybody was that, like, I want to be surprised. I want to see it for the first time when it's done.
Nobody's shaking the package under the tree.
Yeah. I think I told my wife, it's sort of like, do you want to find out the sex of your baby or not? Right. I think a lot of people are like, I don't want to know.
Right.
And a lot of people didn't want to see it. But today everyone wants to see it. I was walking through the crowd, and it's, you know, something we've all talked about, right?
I want to point out the generosity of the Ricketts family. I've heard from a lot of people within the organization, part-time people just kind of tangentially associated, saying, I can't believe I'm getting a ring, and tears in their eyes. That, I think, says everything you need to know about the Ricketts.
Amazing. It starts with them letting us take everyone in the front office to Cleveland twice for the World Series, and then when this came up, you know, we said, Tom, how far down we want to go? So I'm just going to let you know a really cool fact. So we end up doing we go through the entire organization. We figure out who's going to be getting rings, and then we did pins as well for others. And I got the invoice from Jostens on Friday of last week. The total number of pieces of jewelry we are going to be issuing. You want to guess what the number is?
Man, I wouldn't even know. Go ahead, JD. What do you think?
700.
2008. Oh, sorry, 1908.
1908.
1,908 pieces.
Of course. Yeah, sure.
And of course, Chris from Jostens, I say, Chris, is this the right number? He said, yeah. And I think he thought I was going to be critical of how many pieces it was. And I said, no, do you know what this number is? And he said, oh my God. Yeah, so
that says
1908.
Yeah.
Crane, thank you so much. I've enjoyed all of your visits. I have to say this might be my favorite.
Can't promise this continues.
It comes bearing
Thank
gifts.
you.
Thanks, Crane.
Appreciate it, JD. Awesome. Thanks.
Okay, let's get our Comet Bill in shape with an advanced power strip.
1 and 2 and 1 and 2. We power things that need to stay on, like modems, and turn things off that don't, like your game console. Saving energy. Great workout control. You power the TV and save energy when it's off.
Let's stretch energy savings. It's smarter power made simple. Find discounts on energy-efficient home products at ComEd.com/home savings. Now, circuit training.
Internet speed's 20 times faster. AT&T Fiber sounds amazing.
Wait a sec, I'm not done yet.
Less than 12% of AT&T homes actually qualify. Huh.
Hold on.
Everyone else gets our other slower internet speeds, but no one reads this stuff anyway, except for the old guy with the binoculars. Huh.
Don't be fooled by AT&T. Xfinity delivers the fastest speeds to the most homes. Sign up today or get started with this great offer. Call, click, or visit an Xfinity store today.
We don't have a lot of grocery stores here in our neighborhood, and we want our neighbors to have access to good things at affordable prices.
The only thing easy in our community is fast food.
Well,
hello.
We're here to offer some help.
Welcome.
Retire here, Doc.
I mean, look at the size of this thing. Who doesn't need a sweet potato that size?
They took the time to care what our project was about.
There you go.
And that was something that I'll truly treasure.
You're not taking these.
Hey. You're not taking those.
Whoa. You're not taking that. Come with me.
You're not taking that.
You're not taking that.
You're not taking that.
Mom, I'm taking the Subaru.
Don't be late. Even when we're not there to keep them safe, our Subaru Outback will be.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Hey fans, when you think mortgage in Chicago, think Midwest Equity Mortgage. Whether it's a stress-free purchase or a low-rate refi, Midwest Equity has you covered. Apply today at MidwestEquity.com. Midwest Equity Mortgage. We bring it home. Well, that was fun.
I'm taking a selfie.
Wilson Contreras bunts. It's a beauty and a base hit.
Yeah, sometimes the key to bunting for a base hit isn't so much the element of surprise. It's just getting the ball down in a good spot. I think sometimes the guys who try to bunt for a hit, they wait a little too long before getting the bat head out in front and end up popping it up. Just a beautiful bunt there by Wilson. Get on there for a guy who's batting 1,000 this year.
And Lackey cuts and misses. How about that? Catcher bunts his way on, pitcher swings. Why not?
Yeah,
two hits.
2 out of 2. The why not part is the ground ball. He's got 2 double plays already, so there is some. Joe loves to let his pitcher swing in this situation. McCarthy will continue to pound the bottom of the zone with that sinker.
Bare hands, he throws to Utley.
On Monday, April 17th, join the Cubs for the first ever industry night presented by Jim Beam. Restaurateurs, baristas, and concierge are encouraged to buy specially priced tickets for that night's game to receive a wooden coaster with a built-in bottle opener presented by Jim Beam. For tickets, visit Cubs.com/community nights.
So the tying run is at second with 1 out for John Jay. Monday, a pinch hit leadoff single in the bottom of the 9th. Eventually stole third and scored the game-ending run. Bounce back to McCarthy. They've got Contreras in a rundown here. Seager, Forsythe, tag applied. At least Jay is able to get the second, so all is not lost.
No, bad base running initially by Contreras, but a good job staying in the rundown. So Jay trades places with Contreras. McCarthy gave up the ball too soon behind the base runner, and that's what created the opportunity for Jay to advance. McCarthy needs to run to a point just in front of Contreras to get him headed back to second base. You always want to make the tag at the base that the base runner previously occupied.
Toyota league leaders. That's not a surprise to see Schwarber in the mix. He has really been working a lot of deep counts.
Took 3 walks on Monday. Cubs walked as a team, walked 7 times in that ball game. It's part of their DNA. It's not an exciting play, the walk, but it sure is effective.
Looked like it not only fooled Schwarber, but maybe Grandal as well. Whoa. Yeah, he was fooled. Lucky to get that call because of all that movement.
The catchers usually, when they're crossed up, can handle a breaking pitch when they're counting on a fastball. The other way around is when it becomes really problematic. When you're looking for a breaking ball and you get 92,
4. Second walk issued by McCarthy. The first was to Bryant.
World Series rings became the norm in the 30s. The New York Giants were the first team to issue them in 1922. Prior to that, as you mentioned during the on-field ceremony, pins, watch fobs,
money clips.
Money clips. It escapes me now. I was reading earlier today, a couple players actually requested shotguns one year instead of rings. A couple of Yankees, I think.
Two out, low on Bryant. Jay at second. Schwarber at first. Wind blowing in from right tonight. Outside for ball 2. You see all the movement on that fastball for McCarthy. It wasn't always the case. I mean, he was a four-seam fastball curve guy, but he got rid of that four-seamer and developed the sinker.
And wasn't that part of it? You talked about his willingness to dig in on analytics, and that part of his thinking? He's trying to be more efficient, pitching to contact.
Yeah, there was a point where he came to understand who he was statistically, and that was a below-average pitcher who gave up too many walks, too many fly balls, too many homers. That's not the norm, right? I mean, most guys, I don't know how they feel internally, but they won't admit, yeah, I'm below average.
And it's not easy to reinvent yourself.
High fly ball out into right center. It will be Yasiel Puig to end the inning. Cubs strand 2. At the end of 3, they trail 1-0.
You could be this guy, making extra room in your all-new Chrysler Pacifica so fast with Stow & Go seating that you'll have more time to watch TV. Or you could be that guy who will also have more time to watch TV while in traction at the hospital. Get your all-new Chrysler Pacifica at the spring clearance event. Right now, get 0% financing for 60 months or get $1,500 cash allowance on the 2017 Chrysler Pacifica.
Moving on in. That's it.
Available 8-inch touchscreen navigation with rear view camera, auto emergency braking, and America's best warranty. The 2017 Elantra.
Wow, I like this one.
All right, moving on out.
Better is the reason to buy Hyundai.
Did you see us doing the whole thing? We were backed it up. That's a good car.
And this is the reason to buy now.
Lease the Elantra for $109 a month or get up to $4,250 in total savings. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Tonight's fourth inning is brought to you by Four Winds Casinos, your entertainment escape. Len and JD, great to have you with us here on ABC 7 for world champion Chicago Cubs baseball. Ball one on Chase Utley. Puig and McCarthy also due. Awkward cut that time. Lackey, for all of his struggles early, he's got 7 strikeouts. And the 32 pitches he needed in the first inning, the most for him in a first inning since 2009. So pretty rare to see him have to struggle through the opening frame like he did tonight, but he only gave up 1. Swing and a miss, number 8.
Boy, a rare straight change and a dandy. Let's take a look at John Lackey, how he has been painting the corners. Brought to you by Benjamin Moore. Paint like no other. Yeah, he was in a tight spot. Pitched away from contact, got some chases. And then a dandy of a change up there to get Utley for the second time. High, low, in, out, hard, soft.
Puig batting 8 for the 3rd time already. He spent some time in the minors last year. It's off to a really good start. Best average among active players against the Cubs. He came in at .419 and already 1 for 1. So minimum 50 plate appearances. Nobody has a higher batting average currently against the Cubs. Drop down strike. It's 2-2. What do you call that? The Laredo fastball?
Little Laredo, yeah. Appropriate since Lackey's a Texan.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
He's going to strike everybody out.
Well, he's got at least 2 in every inning.
Well, he's got him in swing mode, so just keep expanding if they're going to chase.
McCarthy, a career .063 hitter. He has aged well.
Wasting no time. Interesting pitch selection there. Now he's got a challenge with a heater. And he missed. Yes, and that's you'd love to have that 2-2 back. And he's second guessing himself for throwing the breaking pitch on 2-2.
So now Tolles. There's a pretty interesting story. Andrew Tolles, playing in just his 56th major league game, he hit .314. 48 games with the Dodgers in his debut last year. Just a couple of years ago, he sat out the entire summer. He got released by the Rays in the spring of 15 and didn't sign with the Dodgers until September. That summer, he spent part of the summer months working at a grocery store, just waiting for some team to call. So a nice find by the Dodgers. He's still only 24. High fly ball. Kyle Schwarber to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Dodgers 1, Cubs nothing.
Command the road in a 2017 Camry. Tested, trusted Toyota. Lease a new Camry for just $199 a month or get 0% APR for 72 months plus $1,000 bonus cash. Toyota. Let's go places.
People are talking about the new Buick. With 4 fresh new models to choose from. And what are they saying?
Your new Buick is so cute.
Love the new Buick. That's a Buick?
Sweet Buick.
Experience the new Buick.
Get this low-mileage lease on this 2017 Buick Envision for around $299 per month. Plus, current non-GM lessees can get $1,500 additional lease cash.
What is it that makes a Husqvarna dealer a Husqvarna dealer? Well, just look close at the engineering in our outdoor power equipment. We're known for high performance and reliability in everything we make. So is it any wonder your Husqvarna dealer is also known for high performance and reliability in everything they do? With a nationwide network of Husqvarna dealers, there's one just around the corner. You can find your Husqvarna dealer at Husqvarna.com.
The 2017 RAV4 comes standard with Toyota Safety Sense. Tested, trusted Toyota. Lease RAV4 for $189 a month or get 0% APR for 72 months. Toyota, let's go places.
The Bob LaCourcio Auto Group brings you the National League Central standings. Wouldn't say they're upside down. We expected the Cubs to be near the top, but not the Reds, and they've got an 8-2 lead late in Pittsburgh. Cardinals off to a tough 3-6 start.
MLB.TV Premium is back and better than ever. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, get a free subscription to At Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. Yeah, early, obviously, small sample, but the Reds' bullpen is performing very well. That was not the case last year. They were terrible.
McCarthy to Rizzo, and on the inside corner for a strike. Part of the transformation for Brandon McCarthy was a meeting with Bill James, who knows as much about sabermetrics as anyone, considering he basically is the godfather. So if you had a choice, let's say 1990-91, to meet with Bill James and say, okay, give me everything about me that you think, and I want the unvarnished truth, would you have been able to handle it, or did you feel like you knew who you were?
You can't handle the truth. No, I would not have. I would have been too pig-headed. As just about every player in my generation was. This game is very slow to evolve. And that's kind of the conversation we had with the commissioner about changing certain things about the game. But when I was playing, it wasn't so much sabermetrics, but mental training was just starting to, kind of come into play a little bit. And for the most part, we were very, not receptive to it. Some different conditioning things we poo-pooed. So I'm guessing if somebody said, hey, there's this analytical guy and he's got some statistical information and he wants to change the way you pitch, I would have said no. Now, knowing what I know now, if I could put, the knowledge I have now into my 30-year-old head, I would absolutely would love to have heard what he had to say.
3-2 is hit the other way. Leadoff single.
Choke and poke. Rizzo certainly willing to go the other way.
Well, they're still human beings, but the things Major League players today have at their disposal in terms of physical training, nutrition, mental skills, it's pretty impressive. And you'd be kind of crazy not to buy in on most of it. If it can make you 1% better, you might as well do it.
Yeah, and that's, the best players, the Hall of Fame players, the guys that play at this level for 15 plus years, they have the ability to make adjustments, to grow, to be willing to change.
There's also a lot of financial incentive to getting the best of your ability these days with the salaries as high as they are.
Yeah, and a responsibility. Somebody's writing you a check for $15 million. You better do your due diligence.
The 1-2 on the way, and Zobrist fouls. Dodgers lead on a first inning home run from the initial batter of the game, Andrew Toles. Ground ball back to McCarthy. 1-6-3. The third double play turned by the Dodgers, and we're only in the fourth.
Well, the former four-seam fastball guy is turning into a ground ball machine here tonight. Dodgers are the sixth major league team for which McCarthy has pitched. The White Sox, a Ranger, an A, a Diamondback, a Yankee, and now a Dodger. The 2012, we got hit in the head by the comebacker.
It was
in real bad shape for a while.
Yeah.
Got to give him credit for getting back on a mound after that.
Here's his 1-1. Look out. That flies over the Cub dugout. Oh, that's Carol Haddon. That's her seat. She's there every day, and she's going to end up with a souvenir, and I hope she's all right. She appears to be.
She took evasive action. Good job, Carol.
I'm okay. Good to go.
She's offering up. So, yeah, this is your lucky bat. And he's going to send it back to her.
1-2 on Russell. 2 outs, nobody on. Outside. Mets lead the Phillies as they go to the 8th, 5-4. Yoenis Cespedes has not homered tonight. He hit 3 last night, but he has doubled and knocked in 2. High in the air to left. Not going to carry. Tolles grabs it. We go to the 5th, still 1-0. Dodgers.
When did paying for airfare become so unfair? At Southwest, we do things differently. So differently, we invented a word for it: transparency. Transparency means we don't dream up ways we can trick you into paying more. It means respect. Because we don't just fly you, we like you.
When you look at the Mercedes-Benz GLC, with its high-tech cameras and radar, contemporary cockpit, driver assist technologies, and sporty performance, what's most impressive about the GLC? All depends on your point of view. The 2017 GLC 4MATIC starting at $41,150. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
A warm bed. Aside from jobs and family obligations, there aren't many reasons to leave one in the morning. Although, the thought of griddled Canadian bacon can be pretty persuasive.
This is what precision looks like, helping you see what's hard to see. Thanks to Terrain Denali's Side Blind Zone Alert that uses radar to watch your blind spots. So it's true. Mom does have eyes in the back of her head. The GMC Terrain with rear vision camera, child safety locks, StabiliTrak, theft deterrent system, and more. Or get this low mileage lease on this Terrain SLE1 for around $199 per month. Plus, current non-GM lessees can get $1,500 additional lease cash.
The Bacon Cheeseburger is now on the McPick 2 menu, topped with American cheese and delicious tender bacon. Get one, along with any of your favorite McPick classics, for just $3, only at McDonald's.
Cub fans, start your day the Chicago way with ABC 7 Eyewitness News in the morning. Weekdays with Terrell Brown, Tanya Babich, Roz Barron, and Tracy Butler.
Tonight's Hot and Cold Players brought to you by Plumbers 911 Emergency Plumbing Service is one click away at plumbers911.com. Marcell Ozuna off to a great start. Has knocked in 12 already. What was the line from Terry Collins? Got the FBI out looking for Jose Reyes. He was joking, but he said he'll get it. He'll get it going.
Don't panic.
He is 0 for 2 tonight, by the way. Playing third for the Mets.
Marlins are an intriguing team if Ozuna continues to hit with Yelich and Stanton. Real Muto has been red hot.
Seager on a 2-0 grounds out to Zobrist.
Cardinals beat the Nationals today 6-1 behind Mike Leake. That was to avoid a sweep, and they had to beat Max Scherzer to do it. Leake went 7 shutout innings to pick up the win. Scherzer allowed 3 runs, 1 earned in 6 innings. He struck out 10, but he took the loss.
Forsythe has walked and popped to first. And looks at a strike. You get Into the middle innings, pitch count building, and our tendency has been, and I just did it, to look down the left field line to find the Cubs bullpen. It's not there anymore. Instead, it's out in left center behind that door. That is a plexiglass covering. You can see through that glass onto the field from the inside. I had a chance to check it out briefly on Monday. The acoustics are very good inside. John Lester told me before the game tonight he felt like he was throwing 100 miles an hour when he was loosening up for that start. But he also had the doors open so he could take in some of the atmosphere. So that's going to be the big adjustment. Is being removed from the rest of the ballpark. And that's a pretty drastic change, JD, considering you basically had box seats in the bullpen on the field.
Yeah, and I think it is going to take a little bit of an adjustment because you like to feel the game. You like to feel the atmosphere of the game and the weather. I mean, it's nice to be protected on a really cold night. Maybe they could put in some nice sliding doors.
Bounce to Bryant. And he gets him. So we do have cameras situated in both bullpens. I believe once the game starts, those cameras are at a fixed position. That is the Dodger bullpen. As you can see, the ball bag. And when they start throwing, you'll hear a whoosh as the ball pops the mitt. Gonzalez has fanned twice. The playing surface was redone, and I believe it has now been in for about 10 days. Looks great. That's foul to first. We had a couple of warm days over the weekend that helped a lot. Looks like the turf has held up. Haven't seen any guys take a spill like we did in Milwaukee when it looked like their turf was pretty loose. Well, Lackey can't keep that streak of strikeouts every inning going, but he goes 1-2-3, which is just fine with him. Still 1-0.
At Subaru, we believe in making the world a better place. We do so by donating to and supporting the causes that we care about. And that's why we created the Subaru Love Promise, our commitment to making a positive impact in our communities and neighborhoods. Learn more about the Love Promise at your local Subaru retailer.
Hello? This is she.
Is that the doctor?
Okay, wow, really? It's 2? That's great news, thank you.
It's 2?
Yes, it's 2. It's 2 for 1 windows at Feldco.
Feldco is offering 2 windows for the price of 1 with fantastic financing available.
2 windows for the price of 1 ends soon. Hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
At Honda, we're proud of our heritage. Like with the Civic. It's stylish and fast with great performance and handling. All things we learned building engines like this. So hurry in to the Honda Dream Garage sales event.
Right now, you could get a great deal on the Fit. Visit your local Honda dealer today.
Get X1 TV and internet from Xfinity at an incredible price and get $150 back when you sign up. Over 140 channels, a voice remote you can speak to, and access to Netflix. Plus, stream thousands of shows and movies on any device, anywhere, anytime. And get blast speeds up to 75 megabits per second. Compare that to AT&T. Switch today for this limited time offer from Xfinity. Only $79.99 per month for 24 months and get $150 back when you sign up. Call 1-800-XFINITY.
Brilliant Subaru of Elgin believes in making the world better. That's the Subaru Love Promise. And that's why they've partnered with Food for Greater Elgin, raising over $70,000 to help feed the Elgin community. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Learn more at brilliantsubaru.com.
This father-son moment is brought to you by Sport Clip Haircuts. With over 90 Chicagoland locations, find yours at sportclips.com. Cubs have gotten a few on, but many have been erased on double play balls. McCarthy has gotten double plays in the first, second, and fourth innings. And another Cub reaching. This is Hayward.
Well, I was going to say the way to fix that is to hit a double. And Jason will settle in. 1 out of 2 tonight. He's off to a good start. 292 batting average coming into play. He's hit a lot of balls hard. This is a two-seamer moving away down towards the end of the bat.
Contreras bunted his way on to start the third. I've got to believe, and he's a very confident guy, but taking over the reins, catching John Lester every 5 days and John Lackey, it's got to be a little intimidating, no?
Yeah, I would think. I mean, there's not a whole lot of that in his makeup. I think from the day he got to the big leagues, he was very comfortable here. And, yeah, there has to be a little bit with the resumes that those two guys have, all the time they have in the big leagues.
Well, we can talk to David Ross about that in a couple of innings.
It does not manifest itself in the way he catches the game. I mean, typically young catchers, if they're intimidated, they're not going to go to the mound. They're just going to sit back behind home plate, and they'll come out to the mound if summoned. But he's not afraid to run out there and state his opinion.
Well, he's got a great support group around him in Miguel Montero, Mike Borzello, Chris Bosio, very involved. Pitchers and catchers are part of the same group. Hayward runs. Contreras out into deep left center, and it will be caught by Toles. Hayward had already rounded second. It looked like he re-tagged the bag and is back at first safely.
Well, you can kind of see that coming, the running anyway, from Hayward with bouncing into 3 double plays. Contreras hits the ball on the ground a lot. So Joe Madden starts Hayward here, hoping to stay out of a double play. Contreras almost hits the ball out of the ballpark, and Hayward has to scramble back. Grabbing that hammy.
Either that or I wonder if maybe a little strawberry on the slide. Who knows?
Yeah.
You hope that's what it is. I was a terrible slider. I don't know about you in high school, though. I was all scraped up, my knees. And
I tried to avoid it as much as possible.
There he goes again with Lackey batting. The throw is late, so Joe wants to stay out of that double play. And for the time being, it looks like they will.
We talked in the open, Mercedes keys to the game, about just finding a way to scratch out some runs. And with all the double plays he's gotten here tonight, decide to do a little running. They won't run much. Hayward would be one of the candidates.
Well, I think that's a good play anyway. I would imagine if you're Brandon McCarthy, you're facing the pitcher Lackey, you're probably not really expecting Hayward to go on that first pitch. And I hearken back to a line you have used a lot over the years, and that is when someone says, well, you can't do this in this spot. Well, why not? You can't steal third with 2 outs. Most times you wouldn't want to try that. Sometimes you would. You can't bunt with 2 strikes for a hit. Well, sometimes you can. There's never a never. I guess is my point as Lackey strikes out.
Yeah, John was appeared to be in straight take mode there on 0-2.
Now, invariably, someone will tweet, well, Len, if there's never a never, there has to, is that a double negative, so there is a never?
It's very profound. I don't know. It should be a bumper sticker.
Hayward at second, 2 outs, 1 strike on John Jay. On the inside corner.
95.
Yes.
But overall, aren't radar readings up in the new technology? They're a little more giddy up on these fastballs, or at least they're being recorded as such?
That's what I have read. Recording as it leaves the pitcher's hand.
Important for Hayward to get a good jump here. You figure any base hit to the outfield, he should score, but they're shortened up for Jay in center and in left.
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for McCarthy with that runner in scoring position.
Can you feel something without touching it? See something with your eyes closed. When everything is designed around you, the driver, you can. The new Mazda 3.
Now get the 2017 Mazda 3 for 0% APR for 60 months plus $500 APR bonus cash.
Hi, everybody. This is Pat Hughes. The Chicago Cubs are crown champions, an event 108 years in the making. BigTimeBats.com is releasing the Crowning of a Champion Louisville Slugger full-size bat to honor this long-awaited occasion. The special edition Hornsby-style full-size bat is limited to just 2017 individually numbered bats and sells for $129.95 plus shipping. Go to BigTimeBats.com now and see this and other exclusive World Series championship bats.
It's in the air, on the breeze, in the hush and the roar. There's something happening here. Don't miss a second. Only in Minnesota.
The Jeep brand presents Great Moments in the Great Outdoors. April 27th, the Wright family learned to live off the land.
Ow.
June 18th, Dave unleashed his inner hamster. August 9th, Brian Jr. looked away from his phone for 3 whole minutes. Find your moment with great deals at the Jeep Spring Clearance event.
Right now, well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2017 Jeep Grand Cherokee for $299 a month.
Time now for the Dunkin' Donuts Fun Cam. America runs on Dunkin'. I think we made some news with Crane Kenny joining us. At least a couple of things I hadn't known previously. The goat on the ring, which is Pretty interesting touch. And 1,908 pieces of jewelry.
Yeah, how about that?
That's pretty cool. The 0-2 on Grandal is popped up. Back of short is Russell. We got action. We have action in the bullpen. Mike Montgomery.
Let's hear that leather pop.
We don't have the audio apparently.
I heard a pop.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it.
But that was disheartening to be warming up. And our bullpen catcher in those years in Houston was a wonderful guy by the name of Stretch Suba. And Stretch had this big old floppy mitt, and I'd, hump up my 83-mile-an-hour heater, and he'd catch it way down in the pocket and just barely hear it. It's like he was hitting a pillow. Come on, Stretch. Find a way to make that pop.
Outside, 1-1. So Lackey is covering the first part of the alphabet, right? Winning World Series rings with Anaheim, Boston, and Chicago. So
Tigers will come calling.
I was going to say, if it matters to him to keep going in order, he might call the Tigers next year.
Fitting that he's pitching tonight with his comment last year, but I didn't come here for a haircut. I came here for jewelry.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly where he came from with that comment. It's a lot of fun. This is also the anniversary of Tom Ricketts' first game as owner of the Cubs here at Wrigley.
Tying it all together.
April 12th, 2010.
And also, if you're wondering where Pete Ricketts is, he is the governor of Nebraska. And I guess they're in session, and he just could not get away, unfortunately, to be here tonight. He's got like stuff to do. Important
got
things.
Governor stuff to do.
John Cusack in the house. Two pitch. 3-2. Chase Utley on deck, and he's standing about 15 feet from home plate.
That used to be a no-no.
Well, he's got the weighted sleeve is on the grass. If there's a foul pop-up, he better move it. Called strike 3. 10 for Lackey. He hit double digits twice last year, striking out 11 two different times.
Good job by Contreras. Framing that pitch for Greg Gibson. Yeah, it used to be if a hitter would get that close to home plate and kind of have a good look at your stuff, that would annoy a pitcher, and sometimes you might step off and bark at him. Might even throw one up and in to exhibit your displeasure.
John Lackey's not going to do that.
Yeah, if John's not going to do it, then who is, right?
Right. Well, he could get to a career high if he can get into the 7th. 12 strikeouts, his career best. Utley grounds to Zobrist. Lackey really has pitched well tonight after that rough, really first 3 batters of the game. Since then, he's been marvelous.
Why create something this extravagant? Or make a back seat that feels nothing like a back seat? Why give it every feature you could want, along with a few you didn't know you needed? It's simple. You can build a car, or you can build a Cadillac.
Join us for Spring's Best. Purchase the CT6 with 0% APR for 60 months. Visit your local Cadillac dealer.
What makes us human is our ability to love. We become beautiful people when we give whatever we can give. A part of our life, all of our life.
What if there was a paint that made you look at paint differently? Question everything you know and what you don't know. What if it's built with better ingredients, given superpowers, and even a secret base to test those powers? Since Benjamin Moore reinvented paint, it makes you wonder, is it still paint? Find the official paint of the Chicago Cubs only at an authorized Benjamin Moore retailer near you.
Disney Nature invites you to join Mai Mai and Yaya for an adventure that will live in your heart forever. Celebrate Earth Day with Disney Nature's Born in China. Rated G. See Born in China opening week to help protect pandas and snow leopards. In theaters April 21st.
I'm only here for a blue dress. Blue dress. Blue dress. Blue dress. Blue dress. Blue dress. Blue dress.
Sometimes it's hard to leave Goodwill with just one thing.
Blue dress.
But it's okay. With your Club Goodwill Rewards card, you can earn points with every purchase for even more savings.
You always amaze me.
This Saturday, the 15th, Cubs take on the Pirates. First pitch will happen at 1:20, and up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a replica World Series trophy presented by Starward Preferred Guest. For ticket information, visit Cubs.com.
Brandon McCarthy has been terrific. Kyle Schwarber pops it up. Forsythe will not have room.
Four times tonight the Cubs have had the leadoff man reach. Haven't really been able to build anything. Four hits aside. Cubs looking for their first extra base hit of the night.
They will not have to deal with Clayton Kershaw in this series. They miss him by 1 day. Hyunjin Ryu tomorrow. Or I guess he might say, I don't have to face the Cubs. Here are your probables. Both guys pitching tomorrow on 5 days rest.
Dodgers leaned heavily on their bullpen last year. Their bullpen was the best in baseball in terms of ERA. They pitched more innings than any pen in the National League. And all kinds of injury issues with their rotation.
They made more pitching changes than any team ever. 607 times Dave Roberts switched pitchers. First staff overall, starters and relievers combined, to compile over 1,500 strikeouts in a single season. 1,510. And Roberts, when he was a player, everyone thought he'd be a good manager, and he won the Manager of the Year in his first season last year. Full count on Schwarber. Tough spring for Dave Roberts. His father Wayman passed away at age 68. He had served in the Marines for 30 years, and while stationed in Japan, his son Dave was born. Dave Roberts, born in Okinawa, Japan. Schwarber strikes out. 3 in a row now for McCarthy. Let's get our out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Chrysler. I mentioned Cardinals a winner. It's a final in Pittsburgh. The Reds are now 7-2. Mets still lead late. Diamondbacks at the Giants coming up shortly. Arizona off to a 7-2 start. Low and away on Bryant.
Giants put Buster Posey on the DL, the concussion DL, right? The 7-day.
They did. Brewers shut out Toronto 2-0. Boy, the Blue Jays off to a 1-7 start. Lost 5 in a row.
Yeah, are having a heck of a time scoring runs.
Marcus Stroman, a complete game loss for the Blue Jays. Chase Anderson, 7 shutout for the Crew.
Cutter appeared to catch the top of the zone. McCarthy didn't get the call. Bryant no doubt has the green light if he wants it here. McCarthy didn't want to challenge.
So Forsythe, the third baseman, will head over and play between Gonzalez and Utley.
Just be a very difficult double play to turn on a ground ball to the right side. I don't know who's going to be the pivot man.
Well, in the first inning, Rizzo hit it right to Utley, who fed Seager.
We'll see if Seager moves after a strike, because he was in and a little bit closer to third base than he is now. Now he's backing off, so he is in a position now where he could possibly get to second base and be the pivot man on a double play ball.
That pitch right there, even if it's on the plate, it's almost impossible to not hit a ground ball at somebody, right?
Yeah, and that's the challenge here. You're trying to do some damage, but you're trying to pull that sinker moving down and away, and that's the potential double play ball that McCarthy's looking for.
In the air to center and deep. Peterson getting a little help from the wind, and he makes the catch. The wind has shifted a little bit. It right now is basically blowing straight in against where Rizzo hit that ball. But we are at Wrigley Field. Wind is always a factor. Actually, when it's not, it's a big deal. So 2 outs. So McCarthy, JD, even when he gives up fly balls, they seem to be in the right spot.
Yeah, it's set up as a pitcher's night. Doesn't always play out that way. Both guys have been really good, and yeah, when if you do make a mistake and a guy puts a pretty good charge into it, you're going to get some help from the elements. Ironically, the one run in this ball game, a solo home run by the Dodgers leadoff guy, Andrew Toles, who's not really thought of as a power guy.
Into the wind.
Well, there's got to be a Corey Seager against the wind storyline somewhere in there.
I would think. Well, we've still got 4 games to go against the Dodgers, so we have lots of time.
40,844 the paid attendance here tonight. And one of them is going to get a souvenir right now.
Ross Stripling, right-hander up in the Dodger bullpen. The Plaza just outside the ballpark to our west, as Rondon has joined Montgomery, has been buzzing this week. Lots of changes here in Wrigleyville. I have to find out. I know they have video boards. I think, the game will be on out there right now. Are they listening to us? I'm not sure. If they are, hello. Hi, people on the Plaza.
Simon says jump up and down on one foot.
There goes Bryant. The throw. Not in time. If Seager tagged him, it looked like he got him on the leg.
Dave Roberts contemplating a challenge.
Ooh, close. Did he get him, though? I'm not sure.
I believe he did not. But they're going to take a look. I have not seen anything yet that would convince me that this is overturnable.
Well, I will tell you one thing. The lace of the glove hanging off, that does not count as the glove, okay? That's part of this. And this manager's challenge brought to you by the Subaru Love Promise. Our pledge to do right by the Chicagoland communities where we all live and work. They clarified that rule, I believe, last year. The laces of the glove are not considered part of the glove in terms of tagging. You got to get them with the main leather.
I think anytime the commissioner of baseball is in the ballpark, he should make the final determination on these. The umpire should just look up to him, and like an emperor, he can just give a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
As the glove passed Bryant, it looked like it was before Chris had his hand on the bag. The question is, did the glove touch him? Right. And I'm not convinced.
And there's nothing yet that we've seen that would convince you that he touched him.
This might be our best look. Looked like he did.
Looked like he did.
Is it conclusive?
But I'm not convinced.
I would definitely say this will be a tough one to overturn. But they do.
They did. Wow. Yep. Wow. I'd like to see what they saw, because I didn't see it.
That will end the inning. So Bryant caught stealing, and it's still 1-0.
Don't
dream of a second chance, make it a reality at Chicago Northside Toyota with our Fresh Start Finance program. Work directly with us to help you find the right car and the right financing plan to go with it. We're with you all the way. Drive away in a new Corolla for just $149 a month or get $1,750 in bonus cash. To learn how to get your fresh start, go to ChicagoToyota.com.
You're going to like buying a car this way.
The moment that I met you, I thought you were fine, so fine.
Blue Moon is brewed with Valencia orange peel for a taste that shines brighter.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Stop. Watch.
You make it for 16-year-olds. And the parents who worry about them. Going further to help make drivers better drivers.
You sound right.
Don't freak out on me.
That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Now get an Escape with 0% financing for 72 months or up to $5,062 in total savings. Only at your local Ford store.
Get more storage for less money with Aero Metal Storage Sheds from Menards. The 10 by 12 foot Arlington is perfect for storing mowers, patio furniture, and more. Right now, it's just $379. A healthy lawn starts with the right seed. At Menards, you'll save on Schultz Sun and Shade, Shady Lawn, Hardy Lawn, or high traffic grass seeds. 3-pound bags are $6.98 each. Find these and other great deals now during Menards Easter sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Shine like a star. You know who you are. Everything beautiful.
Blue Moon is brewed with Valencia orange peel for a taste that shines brighter.
Let's check out our Hooters hot play of the game, brought to you by your Chicagoland Hooters, the original wing joint. Oh, what an ovation for the great David Ross, and a little turn of events. David pitching to John Lester. How did that feel? That had to be fun.
That felt great. I really wanted to shake him off. That's what I really wanted to do. You know how that goes. Too many times of us getting in arguments over pitches. I wanted to shake him off a little bit right there.
Well, David, congratulations. We've corresponded in the offseason, but I know every Cub fan out there feels like you're a Cub for life. You spent your final 2 years of a very long and successful Major League career here, but you're a Cub.
It's amazing. It's amazing. The love that I've received for one, I'm a role player, a backup player, not great stats, and it's a credit to the guys on the field. These guys said such great things about me in the media, and in a small role that I played on such a wonderful team and a very talented team, obviously, that I just feel, so appreciative for everything, the organization, Major League Baseball, the fans, my teammates. I feel like the luckiest man on the face of the planet, really.
New pitcher for the Cubs is Mike Montgomery, and our pitching changes are brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Here's a 2-1. Puig with a ground ball to Russell, who actually his first move was to his right, but able to recover and make the play. Mike got the final out of the World Series in Game 7. So, in terms of home runs for you last year, I'm trying to think, was number 100 was the Cardinal homer on the Sunday night or the Game 7 homer? Which one stood out for you?
You know what? My favorite game, I still talk about, two of my favorite games, the Sunday night baseball with all the ovations and that homer. Homering after a standing ovation was really cool. And Yadier Molina give me that moment, and the fans give me that love, and Joe taking me out. I feel like there were 7 curtain calls that night. So it was really, really neat for me. And Game 5 here with just, last World Series game here at Wrigley, and one of my last game ever played here, and just a really, really special moment.
Trace Thompson, who just joined the Dodger roster because they put Franklin Gutierrez on the 10-day DL with a hamstring injury.
Funny, Rossi, you talk about all the love your teammates had for you, and I know you're deflecting and want to give them credit, but I was telling Len, like, the first day I was at spring training this year, and by the side field where you do the morning workouts, and I said, Len, do you hear that? And he said, what? I said, it's quiet. I said, they miss Rossi. Usually the kind of leading the cheers there.
I actually said something to the catchers, the young catchers especially. It's like, man, listen, when these guys are throwing bullpens and you guys aren't giving any feedback, that's like important. Like, just love on them. Just love on them. They get some of the hardest jobs in the game. Love on those pitchers. Let them know you're on their side, and give them some positive feedback.
So cool during the rain delay. You're dancing with the stars. They've got the number posted on the board.
Crazy.
That experience, I give you credit. I don't know how much you'd have to pay me to make a fool out of myself, but you haven't. You're a good dancer. That's the thing, and to get out of your comfort zone has got to be really cool.
Every time I step out on that stage, I'm about to throw up. I promise you that. I'm a nervous wreck. It's a lot of hard work and preparation that goes into that, but again, keeping with the theme of last year and Joe and this group is just staying outside my box and having fun.
And you're going to sing tonight, coming up. You're going to have 40,000 people helping you. Gary Pressey will lead you through. And the game looks a little easier from up here, doesn't it?
It does. And what an honor. I want to comment, like, sing the 7th inning stretch at Wrigley Field. I mean, like, so many great things have happened to me, and this is one of them. This is a bucket list thing, and this is really amazing. I feel so great to be up here. And the game doesn't look a lot easier, but I know better. I know. I miss that dugout. I miss those guys, but I don't miss dragging my back to the dugout after I punch out.
Tolles takes a strike. You're going to do some broadcasting for ESPN. You've got a memoir coming out. Got a movie I'm hearing about. I mean, life is good.
Life is great. I feel
you only
so
have one shot at
Rossi,
this, right?
You're going to surpass Euchre as the most famous backup catcher ever.
That's hard to believe. I don't know about that, but so many great. I mean, when you win, you get to be a part of a World Series after 108 years. It's pretty special, and this city's treated me so great. I step off the plane, I just got a smile on my face when I land here.
We all feel that way. 0-2 is outside.
How about maybe Rossi's Steakhouse, Rossi's Grill?
If I had Lester's money, maybe. We might open up a whole chain, but I'm just trying to supplement the income. We're getting some paychecks now, so that's nice. And I'm home a lot. I'm being a part of the kids. I coach my daughter's softball, which is fun. Help with her coach and my son's coach pitch. There's nothing but you know what I find out? The young kids, they don't listen as good as the girls do. The girls listen. They pay attention. Right? The boys are like playing in the dirt and stuff. It drives me nuts. I just want to make them run laps. Like, take a lap, boys.
Sure.
But I'm having a blast. The family's good. Everybody's great. I fly in and out. I don't have to pack them up every year and take them to spring training or to the city I'm playing in. It's great. I feel so fortunate.
1-2 in the dirt.
Okay, so you announce your retirement. If you don't win the World Series,
that's the question.
Did you come back, right? I mean, you probably never had to. Yeah, obviously you haven't had to confront it. But
right. Well, at the end of the year, I just felt such a connection with the guys. Like, I loved these guys. And my one regret last year was that I didn't have a chance to play with Kyle Schwarber.
You ready to sing?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Okay, here you go. David Ross coming up. 7th inning stretch presented by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
Tonight's guest conductor for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, 2016 World Champion David Ross.
Hello, Chicago. Good to be back. Let me hear ya. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back, for it's rude for the. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Thank you, Chicago. I love you. Thank you.
When you look at the Mercedes-Benz GLC, with its high-tech cameras and radar, contemporary cockpit, driver assist technologies, and sporty performance, what's most impressive about the GLC? All depends on your point of view. The 2017 GLC 4MATIC starting at $41,150. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
We don't have a lot of grocery stores here in our neighborhood, and we want our neighbors to have access to good things at affordable prices.
The only thing easy in our community is fast food.
Well,
hello.
We're here to offer some help.
Welcome.
Retirement, Doc.
I mean, look at the size of this thing. Who doesn't need a sweet potato that size?
They took the time to care what our project was about.
There you go.
And that was something that I'll truly treasure.
If you're always playing it safe, are you really even playing?
Ben Zobrist will lead off the Cubs' 7th. They go into their bullpen. And this pitching change is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. This is Ross Stripling. Rossi can sing.
Yeah, he
Not
did.
this Ross.
Did a heck of a
Ross.
job, didn't he? We knew he could dance. We knew he could sing.
Starters were both really good tonight. McCarthy 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs. Lackey 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run.
The changeup. Stripling, a starting pitcher working out of the bullpen, and somebody goes down, he'll likely get a chance to move into the rotation. But he's got a starters mix: fastball, slider, curve, and change. Yeah, sometimes the game fools us. You come to the ballpark and it's cold and windy, and you think, "Oh man, it's going to be tough to score tonight." And the next thing you know, it's 9-8. But this is a game that has kind of followed the script.
Well, if it's following the script, somebody in pinstripes is going to come up with a big hit late, right? 2-2. That's the other thing with talking to some guys before the game. These are the kinds of nights it feels like the home team loses a lot. And that's why Monday night was such a big win. You have all the pregame festivities, and then a lot of times the game itself can be a little bit of a letdown. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Koji Uehara has a World Series ring. 2013 Red Sox in the bullpen. There's a 1-strike offering, and Addison lost the handle again. That bottom hand came off the bat.
Yeah, he may have led the league in that last year.
So what is that? You just lose the grip? Because certain guys have it happen a lot.
You know, most guys like to use a real light grip, and then as they get ready to make contact, they tighten up. But maybe he just kind of tries to stay real light in terms of the tension in his hands throughout the swing. It's kind of funky how the bottom hand came off and the top hand stayed on.
Going up with some heat inside. Broken bat grounder right to Utley.
Watch your source for everything Chicago. ABC 7 Eyewitness News weeknights at 10 with Chicago's team of Alan Krzyzewski, Kathy Brock, Cheryl Burton, Cheryl Scott, and Mark Giangreco. last but certainly not least.
We got a tweet about David Ross, and your really good question about whether or not he would have wanted to come back, and he kind of got caught off mid-sentence as he had to sing, but it sounded like he was going to say he really wanted to play one full season with Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah, and it sounds like he didn't know the answer.
Yeah.
And certainly something he would have considered, I think.
Well, no more fitting way to end a Major League career than to be on a World Series champion. Hadn't won in over a century. And he also homered in Game 7. Hard to top that. Now 2-2.
Stripling attacking Hayward like many do with velocity up.
That's that. Cubs go down in order in the 7th, trailing 1-0 late.
When did paying for airfare become so unfair? At Southwest, we do things differently. So differently, we invented a word for it: transparency. Transparency means we don't dream up ways we can trick you into paying more. It means respect. Because we don't just fly you, we like you.
It's easy to see why Nissan is America's fastest growing auto brand. Introducing the new Midnight Edition with aggressive blacked out alloy wheels, spoilers, outside mirrors, and more. Take on the mainstream in Nissan's Midnight Edition. 6 models, 4 colors, only at your local Nissan dealer. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 11 models, or save up to $10,000 on select models.
It's the final days of Mattress Firm's once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get once-in-a-lifetime savings of up to 70% off Tempur-Pedic and Sealy. Plus, save up to $2,000 off floor models. We're liquidating every Tempur-Pedic and Sealy in stock to make room for the next generation of innovative sleep products. Don't miss this final chance to save up to 70% off Tempur-Pedic and Sealy before this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity is gone forever. Only at Mattress Firm.
Seriously, what is this place?
It's heaven.
Yeah, muscle heaven. You want to take one for a test drive?
Dodge, Fast and Furious tested and approved. Check out the Journey and Durango during the Fast and Furious sales event. Best in class power for under 30 grand. The Fate of the Furious in theaters April 14th. In dealerships now.
Now get $4,500 total cash allowance or 0% financing for 60 months on the 2017 Dodge Journey.
This great stat of the game is brought to you by Mattress Firm, where we want you to sleep happy, guaranteed. Remember, if it's over 8, it's time to replace. 8+ runs last year among National League teams, and very few surprises on that list. All good offensive clubs. The Dodgers, by the way, in 8 games to start this season, have scored at least 10 runs 3 times. But tonight, 1 has been good enough to this point.
Dodgers type of roster, you would prefer to have a couple of left-handed options in your bullpen, especially on a night where you start a righty and Dave Roberts loads his lineup with left-handed bats. You'd like to have a couple lefties where you could counter these bats, but Montgomery, a guy who's capable of giving you multiple innings, he becomes really valuable in a series against the Dodgers. Brian Dunsing, the other lefty, is on the disabled list.
Popped up by Seager. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. There you see the Dodgers were the worst team in all of baseball against lefties, and part of the reason why they went out and traded for Forsythe.
Just give them a little more balance in that lineup.
I don't know internally what they expect to get out of Yasiel Puig, but it feels to me like he could be a real key.
He's
to
a
their
wild
season.
card. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Puig, starting pitcher health, which is something you could say about every team, but more so about the Dodgers, I think, because of the history of many of their guys.
Highest payroll in baseball once again since 2014.
Well, when the new ownership group came in and they hired Stan Kasten to run it, he said, money is no object. We'll spend whatever we need to spend.
And maybe because of that payroll, in some twisted way, they've been underrated, I think. If you asked a casual baseball fan, what have the Dodgers done the last 4 years? Would they say, oh, they've won the division all 4 years? I'm guessing a lot of people don't even know that. And it's because they haven't won the World Series. So it's this weird thing.
And because the Giants have, have won 3 World Series in the last, 6 years. So people think of the NL West, they tend to think about the Giants.
First time in Dodger history they have been in the postseason 4 consecutive times.
Well, the Giants were 3 times since 2010, right?
Yeah, so 3 and 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Driven into left. Walk and a single here with 1 out.
Gonzalez wasn't having any luck against John Lackey tonight, and we've seen him do this a lot over the years. Go the other way.
Did we talk about him in spring training, and did you drop a little Tony Gwynn? Because there's a little Tony Gwynn in there, right? His ability to hit to all fields. Such a smooth swing.
Yeah, I think he's like Rizzo in that he's a slugger. He's a power guy who's willing to adapt his game. And he really needs to, especially with their struggles against left-handed pitching.
Well, they took the Cubs to 6 in the NLCS as Chris Bosio will head out and talk it over. I think if those 6 games were instructive, I'm not sure if they were in the big picture, but you'd have to say starter depth behind Kershaw was an issue. So they had quantity, but not necessarily the kind of postseason quality behind maybe the best guy in baseball.
I think because of some of the injuries they had too, they were hesitant to trade prospects to get pitching help at the deadline. You know, they're in that position where how much of your future do you want to give up for the present? They got the kid Urias, who's going to be a star. They've started him at AAA this year just to monitor his innings. He'll be up end of May, beginning of June, if not sooner.
And 0 on Grandal. Right, so it's that combination, and I think the Cubs have done this too, of being able to spend money, but also really value player development. It's not one or the other. That's kind of the, I think, ideal model.
Yeah, and the Dodgers, excuse me, they've got a good team on the field, and they've got a very well-regarded farm system as well.
Imagine Andrew Friedman taking a look at some of the financial stuff after he took over as the guy running their baseball operations, considering he had been in Tampa Bay. Probably went, oh, okay, yeah, I can do this.
Yeah,
because he had to work on a very tight budget in Tampa Bay, which forced a lot of discipline. And remember,
kind of the outhouse to the penthouse, right? In terms of revenue availability.
The fact that Freeman left for the Dodgers is what opened up Joe Maddon's contract, and to this day he says he didn't know he had that clause, that if Friedman left he could opt out, and the Cubs pounced on him. And they're loaded. Trouble here for Montgomery. Justin Turner's going to bat for Jock Peterson. So we'll see what Joe decides to do as a result.
Turner, a very good hitter. This is a tough assignment, though. Come out of the dugout late in the game like this on such a cold night.
Tweaked a quad Monday. He's kind of the position player equivalent of Brandon McCarthy. Kind of changed up his game and has become a really good player, and returned to the Dodgers on a 4-year $64 million contract. He moved up in the batter's box, although he's back there now. Really hugs the plate with that back foot. Here's a throw to third and dropped by Bryant. I guess he had struggled against breaking balls, so made an adjustment in the box, and that really helped.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys too, an early adopter in this elevate the low ball instead of hitting on a line and start trying to impart backspin, try to drive the ball, hit it over the outfielders' heads. He and Daniel Murphy come to mind, two guys that have really stepped up their game.
I think Puig has talked about that too. 1-1. Chris Bryant has done that since he was what, 7?
Yeah, he's
off the tee. His dad told him to hit it in the air.
Well, that was in Ted Williams' book, The Science of Hitting, talked about a 5% uppercut.
Ground ball. Russell, Zobrist, Rizzo, double play. Remember that one. Montgomery escapes. Still 1-zip.
It's comforting to know that your car will protect you if you're ever in an accident. But it's even more comforting to have a car that can also help you avoid accidents altogether. That's why every Toyota Corolla comes with Toyota Safety Sense, an advanced suite of active safety technology at no extra cost. The 2017 Toyota Corolla. Safety for everyone. Tested, trusted, Toyota. Lease a new 2017 Corolla for just $159 a month, or get 0% APR for 60 months plus $500 bonus cash. Toyota. Let's go places.
Odisseo by Cavaglia, now playing under the white big top at Soldier Field South Lot.
Wake up and face the world. Just another day of carpools, traffic, and schedules. Head to school, get some exercise, do homework, make dinner, then time to call it a night. Or maybe not.
Take your everyday routine to new heights. Plan your getaway to the Mile High City.
From the moment you see it, it commands your respect. You can feel its immense power. The only way to master it is to venture inside. Go ahead, dive in. The GMC Sierra. We are professional grade.
Step up to GMC with 16% below MSRP on select 2017 Sierra 1500 Crew Cab vehicles in stock. That's over $9,000 on this Sierra.
Check out the new gold standard for forecasting Chicago weather. Watch live Doppler 7 Max with maximum power. Only on ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Time to check out exit velocity. 97 off the bat of Wilson Contreras. It's brought to you by Subaru.
Needed 99. First time up, he laid down a sweetheart of a bunt for a base hit.
I can't prove it, but I have a theory. Strike called. The Reds did it last year. We talked about it in spring training. It feels like managers are a little more willing. I don't know if it's based on postseason usage, but using relievers for more than 3 outs. And tonight, Dave Roberts using Stripling in a 1-0 lead, so he's not mopping up. And why not, especially if a guy is effective? We are in the age of specialization.
Kind of the Andrew Miller effect. He was so good for Terry Francona last year. Multiple innings, different parts of the ball game.
1 and 2. Luis Avilan, left-hander. You can't do to anybody what Terry Francona, wouldn't say did to, but how he used Miller in the postseason, or even how Joe used Aroldis Chapman. You're not going to see a closer pitch 3 innings most likely in a regular season game, but it was a reliever. I don't know if it was Craig Breslow. Somebody came up with the idea of, hey, let me pitch 81 games a year. I'll go every other day. I'm good to go. Just, every other day I'm ready. And maybe that could be the paradigm shift we're seeing, is Stripling pitches a little more today, not used tomorrow, and would be available Friday. Swing swing and a miss for his third strikeout. Hey, Cub fans, if you missed any of tonight's action, ABC7 will rebroadcast each one of its Cubs matchups on the Live Well Network. Tonight's encore, Cubs-Dodgers, will air in its entirety beginning at 11 p.m. on ABC7's digital channel 7.2 and those following cable channel positions.
Yeah, and don't forget, you could tune in and see an interview with the Commissioner of Baseball, a ring presentation from Crane Kenny, an appearance by David Ross, Joan Embry from the San Diego Zoo.
And our musical guest,
by
Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's Rick Honeycutt, the pitching coach. Albert Almora Jr. announced as the pinch hitter.
We saw Avilan, the lefty, out there in the pen getting ready, and had Joe decided to go with Stella. Maybe he comes with Avilan, but it's Almora, so it remains Stripling. And we're off to a good start. Had an outstanding spring.
5 out of 8 so far. Bouncer picked up by Seager, and it gets past Gonzalez. Almora to second, tying run at second with 1 out. Big break for the Cubs.
Yep, looks pretty routine. Seager gets it in good shape. Not the best of throws, but that's one you would expect Gonzalez to corral. That'll be an E6.
Gonzalez getting the air.
Oh, yeah, Gonzalez did get the air. Wow, I'm surprised. Normally they put that on the thrower, and not the throwee.
So that brings up Jay. Grandal out to the mound. The door has cracked open here in the 8th. Strike. Only run to date was a home run on the 3rd pitch of the ball game by Andrew Tolles. For a ball, 1-1. Let's take a look at Comcast Business of Baseball as we get to know John Jay. Most of his career with the Cardinals, last year with the Padres, and hosts a charity bowling challenge in the offseason. Great fielding percentage too.
Set a record. He played 245 consecutive games in center field without an error a few years back.
If you're wondering, in the history of Major League Baseball, the amount of players with the last name including the word Strip in it,
2.
Joe Strip with 2 P's was an infielder back in the 20s and 30s and spent some time with the Brooklyn Dodgers. The other is Ross Stripling.
How does one find that information?
Baseball Reference, baby. Bounced foul. At least last name that starts with Strip. And no, he's not from Las Vegas.
That sturdy right-hander in the Tim Belcher mold.
I am not going to look at the number of major league players with Belch in their last name, in case you were wondering. 2-2. Were Tim Belcher and Dave Burba ever on the same staff?
I don't believe so, but they
might have crossed paths.
Jay putting up a good fight here. That's the reputation. Contact guy. Likes to use the middle of the diamond. Good high ball hitter.
Another 2-2.
No, sir. Threw a couple really good changeups last inning. See if he has the confidence to throw in this situation.
This would be the 8th pitch of the sequence. Another 3-2 and another foul. The wind has died down quite a bit. Very slight breeze right to left. That's it. Kyle Schwarber's on deck. Looks like Avilan is ready. The left-hander in the Dodger bullpen, Josh Fields, also getting loose. Davis and Rondon are up for the Cubs.
It's a pretty good battle here. They had one the other day. There was a 14-pitch at bat. Witnessed was it 20, 22 pitches? Bartolo Colon, Ricky Gutierrez, back in the late 90s.
By the way, Kike Hernandez is now playing center. On a pitch that looked like it was outside.
Yeah, it was close, but it appeared to be off the plate, and frustrating for Jay, who had such a good at-bat, really worked so hard and thought he had earned his free pass.
So that'll be it for Stripling. This call to the pen is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. It's about time. Should be Avalon against Kyle Schwarber in a one-run game.
Make way, Chicago. The new Disney blockbuster is now on stage. Aladdin, the hit Broadway musical. One lamp. 3 wishes. Infinite possibilities. USA Today called it pure genius. It delivers a rush that will surprise you. Now playing at the Cadillac Palace Theater through September 10th only. Tickets at BroadwayInChicago.com.
This spring, pick your power. Steel fuel-powered equipment is the #1 selling brand in America, and the Steel Lightning battery system delivers the power to do more on a single charge. Pick fuel-powered trimmers or the new Steel Lightning battery system trimmers. Prices starting now at just $129.95. And save $50 on the FSKM attachment when you purchase any Combi system power head. Plus, get a free Combi keeper when you purchase a second attachment. Pick your power, then pick up a Steel. Visit SteelDealers.com.
What is it that makes a Husqvarna dealer a Husqvarna dealer? Well, just look close at the engineering in our outdoor power equipment. We're known for high performance and reliability in everything we make. So is it any wonder your Husqvarna dealer is also known for high performance and reliability in everything they do? With a nationwide network of Husqvarna dealers, there's one just around the corner. You can find your Husqvarna dealer at Husqvarna.com.
Can you feel something without touching it? See something with your eyes closed. When everything is designed around you, the driver, you can. The new Mazda 3.
Now get the 2017 Mazda 3 for 0% APR for 60 months plus $500 APR bonus cash.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC7 is being brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Hyundai. Visit your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers today and see how better drives us. By Instant Care. Injured at work? Visit instantcare.com. The medical care you need, the settlement you deserve. And by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Low for a ball on Kyle Schwarber. Luis Avalon now working for the Dodgers.
Avalon on for the 4th time this year. It's 27 times for the Dodgers last year. So spent some time down at AAA. He's a former Brave.
That's a strike. 1-1 on Schwarber. Almora at second because of an error by Adrian Gonzalez. One and two. .6'2", 225. Luis Avalon. Middle name Armando. 1-2. Swing and a miss to end the inning. We'll go to the ninth. Dodgers 1, Cubs nothing.
I've always believed that caring for families is the best way to keep our community healthy and safe, which is why I got into personal injury law. It gives me the opportunity to help people at a time of tremendous loss, because helping injured people win justice is its own reward.
My Bobo-Pedic Hybrid Queen mattress set, an untouchable value at just $9.99.
Hey, Bob, can I try one?
Sure.
Our Bobo-Pedic Hybrid Queen mattress set is $1,300 less than the Tempur-Pedic Flex Prima. Both have individually wrapped coils and space-age memory foam, but our Bobo-Pedic adds cooling gel and a 20-year warranty versus their 10. That should have you sleeping like a baby. How was that? Nailed it.
The simple truth is, sometimes life isn't just. Someone crosses over the line, or the sky falls. That's the reason I began my career. Because even when life isn't just, there can be justice.
The Mazda CX 9th inning is brought to you by the all-new 2017 Mazda CX-9. Mazda, driving matters. Mercedes-Benz, drive of the game, third pitch of the game. Wasn't that bad a pitch, was it? Tolles with a home run.
You know, it was appeared to be off the plate and in and down a little bit. And normally, you think of big, strong, left-handed hitters who drop the head on that low ball like that, not little guys like Tolles.
And this pitching change is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. It's Hector Rondon.
Hard throwing Hector into the ball game, on for the fourth time for two-thirds innings. He's not particularly sharp in spring training, but he's gotten off to a good start here. Mike Montgomery tonight, 2 innings a hit, no runs. Walked a couple, had a strikeout.
Now Mora stays in and plays center. And a strike on Utley. Well, now the Cubs are going to have to deal with Kenley Jansen. So you'd like to not trail by more than one. You never would, but especially against him. See Contreras pointing in front of home plate. He wants this pitch to hit the dirt, and he did. Maybe hit the dirt a little sooner than he wanted, but 2-2. And that's a pitch you couldn't throw?
Yeah, I couldn't bounce it, no matter how hard I tried. Just my arm slot, kind of short armor. That's the thing, you know, you talk about waste pitches. You always want to make a competitive pitch. You don't want to make it so bad that it never has a chance to induce a swing or influence a hitter in terms of maybe what you're trying to do with the next pitch.
Three-2. Ball 4. Puig is 1 for 3 tonight.
Didn't have to be a ball. Looks like it caught the top of the zone. Hector has a changeup, but almost exclusively fastballs and sliders, and obviously a very small sample to this point, but using the slider a little bit more this year than he has in the past.
Three-two Cubs Monday. 1-0 Dodgers so far tonight. 1-1.
Yeah, you talked about Puig trying to change his approach to lift the ball a little bit more. He's a big, strong guy, but he hits it on the ground more than anybody on their club. So what does he do? You talk about Turner moving up in the box, just swing playing. You know, guys will try to make a little bit of a tweak to their swing path. Hitting's a lot like golf, man. You can tinker and play around with your swing. Sometimes twist yourself up in knots. You hear stories of guys taking their bats back to the hotel room and working on their swing, just taking dry swings for hours.
Incidentals be damned. Yeah, it looks like you destroyed a few things. Yeah, I was working on my swing.
Well, I got my swing locked in. Send the bill to my agent.
Let's check out our Reynolds wrap-up report. Tolles with the solo homer to start the game. Then John Lackey got settled in. Brandon McCarthy able to coax 3 double play balls to help his cause tonight.
3 double play balls, and then the Cubs tried to counter that by running. Jason Hayward stole second base successfully. We thought Chris Bryant had, but upon review he was ruled out.
Scott Van Slyke in the pitcher spot. And a strike called. Son of former Major League outfielder Andy Van Slyke.
Oh, what a good player he was. Tremendous center fielder, good offensive player. He's from the Commissioner's part of the world, Central New York. Andy Van Slyke.
Scott has never been able to grab an everyday spot for any length of time. Most games he's played since coming up in 2012, 98 back in 2014. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 gone, and it will be Tolles.
The legendary James Taylor returns to Wrigley Field. He'll be here July 17th. That's a Monday. Bonnie Raitt will be with him. Don't miss your chance to see this rock and roll Hall of Famer. Tickets are available now at Cubs.com/James Taylor.
Two hits and 4 tries, including that first inning homer. Rondon's 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes.
Utley used to run a little bit, but not so much in recent seasons. He's always a very effective base stealer, high success rate.
Padres shut out the Rockies 6-0. At Coors Field, the Rockies were held to 3 hits.
Who was twirling for the Pods?
Zach Lee. And 4 relievers combined on a 3-hitter. 4-run first for the Padres pretty much decided it. Utley at first, 2 outs, 2-2 on Tolles. Cubs will have Bryant, Rizzo, and Zobrist due in the bottom of the ninth against Kenley Jansen. Mets did beat the Phillies 5-4. Utley takes off. And a foul.
Yeah, 3-2 automatic go situation, especially with a left-handed hitter up there going to play behind the base runner and defend the field. Typically you want to shadow him a little bit, just keep him honest so he doesn't get too big of a head start. Greg Gibson asking if Contreras is okay, and Contreras said, I'm
Give
good.
me the ball.
I don't want to talk about it. Almost like he was a boxer that took a punch and said, is that all you got?
Swing and a miss. Contreras will get it to Rizzo. Bad throw. Utley around third. He's going to try to score. Rondon covering. Safe. Ball got away from Hector. Big insurance run for the Dodgers. On a bizarre play.
Yeah, it looked fairly routine. Contreras able to keep that ball out in front of him, had plenty of time to make the throw to first base, and just got a little careless. I mean, he slides out there in the middle of the field to give himself an angle, but he throws the ball off the wrong foot. Anthony's behind the bag. And then to play at home, Rondon never did have the ball.
I hope Hector's all right. As
might have rolled that ankle.
Ed Halber, one of the Cubs athletic trainers, is out along with Joe Madden. And you know, Utley did exactly what you're taught to do. He slid right into home plate. It was not a bad slide at all. He is a pretty hard-nosed player, and Rondon will be taken out. So this call to the pen is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. It's about time. Justin Grimm when we return.
It's the final days of Mattress Firm's once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get once-in-a-lifetime savings of up to 70% off Tempur-Pedic and Sealy. Plus, save up to $2,000 off floor models. We're liquidating every Tempur-Pedic and Sealy in stock to make room for the next generation of innovative sleep products. Don't miss this final chance to save up to 70% off Tempur-Pedic and Sealy before this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity is gone forever. Only at Mattress Firm.
When did paying for airfare become so unfair? At Southwest, we do things differently. So differently, we invented a word for it: transparency. Transparency means we don't dream up ways we can trick you into paying more. It means respect. Because we don't just fly you, we like you.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC7 is being brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. By Lakeside Bank, we make banking simple. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. And by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. It takes comfort, storage, and technology to the next level, making Pacifica the new benchmark of minivans. Well, we hope Hector Rondon is okay. Justin Grimm is on, and man, did he escape quite a situation on Monday night. Bases loaded and 3-0 on Jock Peterson. He got him to fly out and then got a ground ball double play to escape that inning unscathed. Facing Corey Seager here. Tolles at second, a run in, 2 outs. Swing and a miss.
We talk about a challenge fastball, 96 right through the heart of the zone. Joe likes Grimm against lefties.
Well, we used to call this guy Kyle Seager's younger brother. And I'm sure Kyle's even hearing this. And with all due respect, we're getting to the point where Kyle is Corey Seager's older brother. That's how good this second-year player is. Hit .308 with 26 home runs to win the Rookie of the Year. Oh, and by the way, Corey's brother hit 30 and knocked in 99 last year. Way high, 1-2. Seager turns 23 near the end of this month. Can't remember a time when there were this many young, exciting shortstops. Just getting started. Seager, Russell, Correa, Lindor.
Story.
Trevor Story.
Dansby Swanson.
Arcia with Milwaukee. 98, but missed the plate. 3-2.
Well, you get Jeter, A-Rod, Nomar, that group.
I think of the guys we all just mentioned, they're all like 23, 24 tops. Ooh, that ball hit the backstop and almost ricocheted out and actually went past Justin Grimm.
Yeah, landed on the mound behind him. Got a base open.
Forsythe on deck.
He's got an outstanding curveball, and I think the one mistake sometimes pitchers make in this situation, they feel like a guy's sitting fastball, so they think any breaking ball, any spin will get the job done. Breaking ball stays in the zone is a risky proposition. You might be better off trying to bury it and see if you can get a chase.
He went. He did.
That is Chase.
Yeah, Sam Holbrook made the call at third. So a big unearned run makes it 2-0, and the Cubs will have 2, 3, and 4 coming up, including the guy who had the game winner on Monday.
Why put another crossover on a road already filled with them? Why give it headlights like jewels, a body that feels sculpted? Why give it an interior where even the dash is cut and sewn by hand? It's simple. You can build a car or you can build a Cadillac.
Join us for Spring's Best. Get this low-mileage lease on this Cadillac XT5 from around $419 per month, or purchase with 0% financing.
We get it. You're always on the go. That's why Carson's is ready anytime you want to shop, day or night, or anytime in between. At Carsons.com, you'll find more brands, styles, and sizes to get you going, to work, or to play. And with web exclusives, free online shipping, and convenient in-store returns, it's never been easier. What are you waiting for? Shop Carsons.com. Carsons, your store, your style.
Independent voices say Bruce Rauner's urged lawmakers to fix the budget and is on record with a plan to make Illinois competitive again. It's why they call Rauner the only grown-up in Springfield. The Rauner Balanced Budget Plan caps spending, pays down debt, freezes property taxes, term limits politicians, and grows jobs. Independent outlets say Rauner issued a call to action to change the status quo and pushed for economic growth to save the state. Together, we can fix Illinois.
Spring is finally here. Time to find the perfect Honda to take your family out on the open road. Whether that's in the Accord or the Odyssey with an available built-in Honda vac. So hurry in to the Honda Dream Garage sales event.
Test drive the Odyssey or the Accord, the best-selling vehicles in their class.
Tonight's save of the game is brought to you by Feldco. Save big with Feldco and 2 windows for the price of 1. Double play ball. Mike Montgomery getting the Cubs out of the 8th inning. Bases were loaded at that time. They did score an unearned tally in the top of this 9th, and now Kenley Jansen, forget the ERA. He's one of the best in the game today.
Yeah, throws that power cutter almost every time he throws that cut fastball. He'll throw a slider from time to time. Last year he struck out better than 41% of the batters he faced, 3rd highest strikeout rate in the game behind Andrew Miller and